Guys, this is a history podcast.
True. Serious.
Let's talk presidents. In fact, let's talk all of them in order.
Yep.
That was it?
Hold on.
No.
Just wait. Let's talk Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, Roosevelt, Taft, Wilson, Harding, Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt. No, hold on. Give me a second. Hoover. Yeah, it's Roosevelt. Truman.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Second.
Yep.
Truman, Eisenhower, JFK, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump.
Did you say Obama now?
Obama. Wow.
Obama now.
That took me all night.
Damn, dude.
You studied for that all night?
No, it took a half hour, but it was pretty
That's
intense.
pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
I had to keep practicing. I was doing it before bed.
Do the
Like I was praying.
Do the vice presidents.
Adams.
Are you seriously going to try?
I could go. I think I could
Here's
go
a good
decent.
piece of trivia, and don't look it up.
Nope.
Okay.
Here's a quiz question: Who is Johnson, Lyndon Baines Johnson's vice president after Kennedy was shot? Who became the vice president? Your mother's cunt.
Oh, man.
It wasn't her.
It was not.
It wasn't your mother. It was her cunt.
Her cum was a. Wait a second. This is a history podcast.
Yeah.
What if that was true?
You're telling me Jones cunt.
Yeah, because he only needed her for 1 year. And
She's
then when he
gonna be
ran
so
for
excited. She's
then
gonna
when
be
he
so
ran
excited to watch this.
then when he ran, he got somebody else, but he called out, Joan, I need your cunt to be my vice. He called her from Dallas. You know that famous picture of him on the plane?
That was
He called her right before that. I need your vagina to be my vice president.
all right. So let's start from the top. Mom, I'm so sorry that he said that.
I'm not. I never met your mom.
You
Very
held back. You held
Very
back.
sweet.
I
Very
heard
sweet.
it.
Very
Your
sweet.
mom. All right. Let's start with Washington, dude.
Yeah.
What do you guys know about him? What do you say?
I mean, Washington is
Never
like
lied.
a transitionary guy because he was so British. He was a British general.
Mm.
He wasn't like he wasn't born in the he didn't create America. It wasn't even his idea.
Yeah.
He was just a tool of. He was the first general president.
No, he was born in the U.S.
No, I know, but he wasn't like he was a Brit. He was a
Yeah, he
was
fought
a
in the
Brit.
French and Indian War as a British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lord. Wasn't
He actually kind of sucked in that.
In that war.
In fact, also kind of
Everybody sucked in the wars. Though.
everything he did was
It
retreating.
was luck to win anything. Then
Yeah, he was good at retreating. That was like his number one
it's an
thing,
important thing to be
which
good
is
at.
very good in war. They don't
Otherwise,
teach
you
that.
lose once. He would fight again because he retreated so well.
Yeah,
It's pretty tight, though. Show up and be like, nah. And
Yeah.
just run away. I'm like, nice.
1789. That's when he started. All
Well,
right.
most of the guys, it was so hard. Like a lot of the army didn't want to be there
Mhm.
and didn't have to be there. It's crazy. Like 1776, the year that Washington did all that insane shit. It's crazy that people kept expecting the army to flee,
yeah,
but they hung in there with little. It's not like they were like, we're making America that's coming later.
yeah,
They had no fucking idea. So he's as good as they were, basically. And it's not, you picture him on this horse, like talking, but no, most of them didn't even look at the guy. They didn't see him. Like in the movies when they show a guy making a speech to a whole army, and
Yeah,
there's 3 guys can hear
Yeah,
him.
it's impossible.
And the rest are like, what's even happening? And they're all shitting on
It's
the
like
ground.
Braveheart
They're
when
all
he's giving
dying
the
of-
speech. The only
Yeah.
people that can hear him are like, "Shut up!"
Yes,
Those
yeah.
2 dudes are like,
Yeah,
"The
yeah.
English are too many."
The English are too many.
Home.
Yes, we will live.
Yeah. We will live.
That's a good
All right.
point. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
No one heard those.
No one
speeches.
hears
No one heard
English.
any of their speeches, so it was really these guys all got together. I don't know. They
They
got
stood
together.
there.
They decided to just keep doing it.
Oh,
I don't want to spend too much time on Washington.
Yeah, Washington. I was
played
never that.
out.
I never really. I mean, the great thing he did was leaving when it was time to go.
Yeah.
It was like the thing because a lot of them wanted him to be king.
Yeah.
A lot of them wanted him to be permanent. He's the one who said the thing where they wanted him to be. Adams wanted
Adams.
him to be Your Majesty or Your Excellency,
Yeah. They went by His Excellency.
and he said, "Mr. President."
No.
What?
Jefferson was the first Mr. President.
Yeah, but Washington
Washington-
wanted Mr. President.
Washington went with His Excellency because Adams had this long one. His Majesty, all this shit.
What?
Washington kept His Excellency.
According to the HBO series about John Adams,
Yeah, but I looked into it.
Washington said, "I want Mr. President."
Maybe he did, but he went by His Excellency. Therefore, the reason he did it was because he didn't want to shake people's hands. And back then, that kind of...
Because he was like Howie Mandel.
Yeah, he was like, he'd rather just
He was
have
a
people
germaphobe?
bow. I don't think he was a germaphobe as much as he just was like, this does command some respect. Because this is the first time in his life he started to get criticism.
Really?
Because when he was a general, everybody globally
Mm.
outside of England was like, this guy's the fucking
By the way,
man.
president, like to talk about that word for a second,
Yeah.
what a president is, like just an overall president thought here. What I love about presidents is that it's a human being, it's a person.
Yep.
And to me, like it's like like some college professors teach the Bible as literature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't teach the Bible as a religious subject. They
Mhm.
teach it as like what it's done for history and what the stories are about, and that kind of thing. I look at U.S. presidents that way. I don't have a political view about any of them. I just
Yeah.
think they're fucking fascinating. And president, the word by itself, like your president is nothing. It's not. You're not a leader. You're not a ruler. You don't rule. You preside. I mean, that's literally what it means. Is that there's a whole group of people that are running the government by the people's will, and you preside. You just happen to be there. It's like in the Senate, whenever they show people in the Senate speaking, they always say Mr. President over and over again. And they're speaking to whoever is presiding. It's never the vice president is literally the president of the Senate, but it's whoever takes the chair that day. Who's presiding? It's an incidental title given to an equal who is chosen for that minute to preside. That's what I like about it. That's what I like about how they framed it.
Yeah. When did they set term limits? I didn't even look into that because he just left.
Right. He was the first one to go. I could stay, but let's get
like,
this
"I'm done."
going. Let's get this started.
Yeah.
There's some famous moment where he was speaking to the Congress and they were trying to get him to king himself. And he was apparently really vain about that he wore glasses, so no one ever saw him with glasses on. And so the moment that's supposed to be this shocking moment was that he took out his glasses and put them on, and he said, like, "I fear I didn't see you for what you are." That was supposed to be this big moment. I like to think
It'd
that
be funny
if
if he
he
was
did,
dumb.
like he was really hoping if he missed, he's like, "I fear I didn't see," and they're all like, "Yeah, you wear glasses. We all," you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Like he keyed the whole thing on this moment. See what I'm saying? And they're all like, "George."
Yeah, it's also a good moment for him to be like, yeah, you're right. You should not
How
be
do you
king.
turn down
You're
king
trying to
status,
do funny
though?
jokes.
What?
How do you turn down? Like,
That's what
you
makes
should
him
be
the
king, and you're like,
That's what makes
no.
him the man, dude.
That's wild, dude.
That's what makes him
Well, also
like,
he wasn't. Again, none of these people knew the future. He didn't know that he was giving away the keys to later nuclear war America.
true. Yeah.
He thought we were a dumb fucking like what?
yeah, and these were all
Yeah.
separate colonies.
Like
True,
if Louisiana became a separate nation, the first president of Louisiana might be like, "You guys, I'll do one term.
Yeah, I'm
It's
done.
good. I don't need to like hang in there."
all right.
So,
Adams.
Okay, Adams is like my favorite of those guys. Of
I
the
like
founding
Adams
fathers.
I like
dudes.
Adams from the show. I loved him in that. He was great, Paul Giamatti.
Well, I
As
read his biography. I listened to it. I don't read
as a
anything.
president,
Counts.
Oh, he was not a great president.
not at all.
It shows everybody's got these different kind of strengths. He was a great framer. He was one of the guys. He did many very important and gutsy things. And he was also the only one of those guys who was not rich. He was a poor farmer. He was his education changed his life. He's like one of the first Americans who had that experience, where he was, had a decent farm, but not much, but he made his brain work, and he excelled and passed that on to his son, who we'll talk about.
He
John
fucking
Quince.
ruled in the revolution.
Yeah.
Adams was the man.
Adams
to
was
stick
the
to
man.
his-
And because these other guys, fucking Benjamin Franklin was just a giant perverted asshole.
I loved him.
Oh, he was great. And all these guys are
Yeah.
great. I'm not judging any of them, but he was of limited use because he was intrigued by America, but he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He never would have shed any blood or sweat or tears for the country. He just was interested, and he had a huge brain. So he'd lend it when he felt like.
Mm-hmm.
He was also full of shit, like he was supposedly invented electricity, but some other guy, he saw a guy in his own autobiography.
What?
Hold on
He
a
saw.
second.
He
I
never
just watched
faked
Ken
anything.
Burns on him. I'm pumped on him right now.
Okay, so he saw a guy do the kite,
What?
and he was like, "That's cool," and he paid the guy for like the license to the gag, and he got one of his sons to do it, to go around doing it for money. It was just a thing that he picked up other people's ideas, which is its own thing.
He also, all of his inventions he would never patent, which is
Really?
pretty sick. He was like, all my inventions are for everybody.
Yeah, he was
Tight.
for what do you call it? Open source.
Open source.
But
yeah.
he did get a little jealous because all of a sudden, because he was the man.
Yeah.
He was the American that everybody loved.
Be
And
frank.
then then Washington became the man.
The general.
Like the French were like General Washington's the guy. So he got a little. He was a fame hungry.
Did you ever read his
Yeah.
autobiography?
No.
It's amazing because he has no judgment of himself. So he's the only, like a lot of people that write autobiographies, it's kind of careful. But like he tells this story about he was living in London and there was a guy who worked for him, kind of like a half tradesman kind of guy who he befriended. And the guy had a woman he wanted to marry, a maiden, but he didn't have a position and he didn't have his own home yet. So, and his mother didn't want, I don't remember all the logistics, but it was that that he asked Benjamin if he could move his wife into his house so that they could marry. And he said,
Yikes.
sure. And he said, and she moved into my home. And then I took it of my pleasure to,
Fucked her.
to partake of her sexually. And she, spurned my advances, so I threw her out, and
Ruined
that was
the
the end
deal.
of their marriage. And I never saw him again. He was real upset, and I never saw him again. But I know both their lives were destroyed. And then in May, I met this other guy. Like he
Yeah.
just talks. He did awful things to people, and didn't
He
give a
kind
shit.
of, yeah. There's some pretty sick quotes about slavery too. That he was
Yeah.
like, I am racist. Like he was one of
Right.
the first, if not the only, founding father to like constantly be like, I am bigoted.
Right.
None of them. Everyone else was like, this is the law.
Everybody was like, Ben,
Yeah. Shut the.
this is
Yeah.
it's economics.
You're trying to
Yeah.
It's
fuck
not,
this
it's not
up.
about
He's like,
race. And he's
something's
like, oh, it's
wrong.
totally about race.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were writing the Constitution like, look, our hands are tied. We can't
Dude,
do anything.
they had to
about
break
it.
it out.
We can't do
So
it.
he was, when he showed focus, he was of use to like the revolution. And the same with Jefferson. Jefferson was like a depressive fucking freak. And so he would just like leave Washington. He would just go like, my wife is dead, whatever bullshit. And he would get on his horse and just leave, because also he was a man of great wealth, and he had his life in Monticello and in Virginia was, we'll get to him, but the point is that Adams was just a doggedly hard-working. He was the only one who worked constantly,
Yeah.
and it was really the three of them in Madison, but he was the guy who did the hardest work to get this shit started.
Damn.
Yeah.
He also apologized for cursing.
Adams.
In one of his things, he's like, I lament to admit that I sometimes cursed, which I feel shameful about.
Also, when Adams did his did the Constitution of Massachusetts, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is like the most liberal document in the world, because Adams was like, he's like, I'm going to get it right, everything that I couldn't get done in the American Constitution, I'm doing in this. And there's stuff in there about Jews having rights. There's even something about gay people in there. Like he was into
What?
like
Oh, wow.
gay rights, Jews.
Back
Pretty
then?
gay back then.
It's pretty gay, pretty Jewish.
It's gay to be a gay Jew.
It's gay to be into Jews.
Dude,
To be
those,
into Jewish rights in the 1700s was gay.
those parliaments must have been
Undeniably gay.
Undeniably
crazy
gay.
back then. Like, I don't know, what about Jews? People are like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
It's
what are
like,
you
come
talking
on,
about,
guys.
Jews?
Back then, have
Stop.
a room full of dude in powder wigs being like, boo.
Yeah.
Like,
And the Jews
slamming
looked
chains.
exactly that they looked the same as they do now. The big black coats,
Exact same outfits.
same outfits, same.
Hold on, I got what Adams did while he was in office. He was worried that his logic was another country could just come take this at any moment. So he came up with the Alien and Sedition Act, which meant if you talk shit on the government, we can jail you. So he started arresting journalists. He started
Well,
immediately-
he was the first liberal who got befuddled by guys. Back then, it was another Democrat. It was Jefferson.
yeah,
Going like whatever it takes to win.
yeah,
It's always been like the different parts of American democracy, the different kinds of people, the people who are like, we got to get this right. We got to sell our good ideas and convince people we're right. But then the other guys who are like, we just got to take office. We just need to win. And nerds lose that fight. Adams was the first one-term nerd president. There's a few of them.
yes, you're exactly right.
Bush the first is another one.
He's
to
a
me.
one-term guy. He was from 97 to 01.
Yep.
Let's move to Jefferson.
Jefferson.
He's number 3.
That's 01 to 09. He was a two-term guy. Adams was a Federalist. Washington was obviously independent. Jefferson was a Democratic Republican. He was the first Mr. President. Right when he got in, the French and the British started going to war. So everybody in America was like, fuck England. Also, France just helped us.
Yeah.
Fuck England. Let's join it. And he was
Although
the
he
only
loved the French. He loved the revolution in French.
Yeah, he did.
The Adams didn't, because it was bloody and
And
horrible.
he didn't like the French.
He didn't, and Jefferson loved the revolution, and he had all his friends over there. He spent a lot of his life there.
Yeah. But Americans started being like, fuck England. Let's join France in the war. He was the only one with the foresight to be like, we have 40 guys in our military and 3 boats.
Yeah.
Let's shut the fuck up.
Was not.
So he declared neutrality, and everybody called him a pussy. Then England started blocking his like fucking ships. I think he might have been the one who said we're just not going to trade with either of them. So then the American economy just plummeted. England started just saying, if you're not trading with us, we're just going to confiscate your ships, kidnap all the sailors, make them join the British Navy. So he was
What?
getting punked by England.
You're talking about Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Well, it's interesting because Adams, what ended his presidency was a fake rumor that Jefferson started, that Adams was trying to start a war with and start a navy and do all this stuff, and it was all fake. But then it ended up kind of haunting Jefferson because the truth about all that ended up fucking him a lot.
Huh.
One thing interesting about Jefferson is because he's so famous for having had a slave and having had like 50,000 slaves, or whatever, not that many. And having had children with his slave, and I don't think he ever even gave her freedom. He didn't free
the kids.
He didn't free a couple. I think he freed a couple.
free
of
her.
them.
Freed 2.
Yeah.
And the rest he kept enslaved until he died. And what was interesting about them,
Damn, he did the ultimate because I said so.
is son, like that. Can I stop being a slave? He's like, no. I said no. They were like white.
Really?
His slave children, the woman that he had
Sally.
kids with, Sally, was like half white, or like was very light skinned.
Yeah, I think her mother, because her mother was in his family for a long time.
And his dad was fucking like,
Yes.
I mean, it was like,
What?
She was kind of a product of his father.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure
yeah.
about that. But it's
Something
but an
wild, dude.
interesting thing
Whoa.
about him in terms of slavery and American politics is that his first elected position was in the Virginia legislature. He was like a House of Reps guy in Virginia. And the very first act he ever did, first thing he ever did as a politician, was to propose a bill in the Virginia government to abolish slavery in the state of Virginia. It's the first thing he did.
Whoa.
Of course, it got shot down, but it was his desire and his dream.
Yeah, because he was big on that with the French Revolution.
Yes,
With
and the whole
Lafayette and
yes, and all of these guys, all of these early guys, wanted slavery out, but there was no way the South was going to do it.
Yeah.
And they wanted the Southern, because the choice was to have like just 2 countries or 4 countries over here, or have a unified country and just deal with it.
Yeah.
We're going to have slavery, but create a framework.
Yeah.
Where in the future, when it becomes possible, when things change, when things get more modern, we can get rid of it in the future.
And I could be wrong, but I think the North had abolished slavery early, like 1806, which is while Jefferson's in office. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
It was around the exact same time as England. In fact, maybe before
really?
the North. We were right. Us Northerners, we got it right.
A fun Jefferson story that I like is that when he was in Paris, he had this woman, a girlfriend named something Causeway or something. His wife died when he was pretty young, and she made him promise on her deathbed that he would never have another woman, which is a horrible thing to do.
Yeah, fuck,
to
man.
a young man that you're fucking.
Yeah, it's like
not even somebody to take care of the kids they had.
It's like, no, I promise.
Yeah, I know, but he's
oh, for sure.
So it was part of the reason that all of it, including Sally Hemings, that his loves were all secret because he was ashamed of every woman that he loved after that.
That's hot.
And so there was a woman in Paris. She was a British painter, and her husband. She was a woman. She was married, but she was a painter, and she fell in love with Thomas Jefferson, and they were very much in love with each other. But then the way they broke up was very funny to me because he wrote her these beautiful letters. She was in love with him. He was in love with her. But then the French, when he was leaving France, they wanted a great portrait of him to put in the National Gallery. And they said to him, you can choose any painter in the world. And he was like, no, I want, a real guy. And his girlfriend was like, why not me? And he's like, baby, come on. I mean,
you're good. You're good,
but you're not like fucking grown man. You're not like fucking, I'm not for history.
True. These guys were that's the weirdest thing. How history mind. They were like knowing they were going to get sucked into history, which is crazy to think about.
So here's a good one because we got to speed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes over. So Napoleon's in there in France.
Yeah.
Post revolution. This is the Louisiana Purchase. They sent James Monroe over. That was his bro. He goes to France. They thought they were negotiating the sale of just the port of New Orleans. This is all thanks in part to the fucking Haitian Revolution, which fucked France. Look into the Haitian Revolution. Yeah. It rules. He gets over there. Monroe finds out, they're trying to sell all of the Louisiana. Like, it's from New Orleans to the Rockies to Canada. It's huge. From the Appalachians to the Rockies, basically. And they didn't have time to consult Congress. So Thomas Jefferson just bought it on the spot, which he was like, I abused the fuck out of my power. And that was his whole thing is government should have no power.
Yeah.
He was against any
Well, that's what Jefferson's whole life was like, doing fucked up things and then saying nobody should be able to, like, say slavery. He's like, people that need to stop having slaves. He's fucking a slave. And it's like, somebody's got to put a stop to this.
We got to stop this.
Somebody's got to stop this. Somebody's got to stop fucking these slaves.
Yeah.
Well, Louisiana
I wish it could be me,
got 6 kids.
but I need to fuck this one right now.
Those arguments must have been crazy. Dude.
All right.
But yeah, that was big because that secured the southern port. And then we had
and Monroe was Secretary of State.
Monroe, yeah.
And then wasn't he the
no, Madison's next.
Because usually the Secretary of State would end up being president,
vice president at this point. Although was Jefferson Adams?
Jefferson was Adams's vice president.
Yeah, so that's 2 straight vice presidents. Then we got James Madison. He was a dork.
Yes,
he was a huge dork.
He was a nerd.
He was a frail, nervous. Think Gerbies.
What?
He was Gerbies.
Really?
But this is sick. So basically, he had the first. They said his lady was the first lady, Dolly Madison. That was like really like they would have parties at the White House. They would like try to get.
And also, he was Jefferson's mentor. He was another guy like Adams who was there all the time.
Yeah.
He was like a worker. He kept shit going, and he would write Jefferson and say in France and go, "Can you fucking come home and be president?" And Jefferson would write back and go, "I am just enjoying Paris, and I don't want to do it."
And
then he would float in and just take the fucking big job. And Madison gets 4 years, and people are like, "Dude, you're boring."
No,
America has never liked nerds.
Madison gets 2.
Don't touch me. Don't ever put your fucking hands on me.
I can't touch your
Don't ever
shoes
put
out
your
of respect.
fucking hands on me.
I'm gonna grip you up.
God damn it.
Hold on. So Jefferson was shut the fuck up, guys. Shut up, guys.
Sean, get out.
Sean, don't look at me. So Madison takes some of the flack because everybody was calling Jefferson a pussy for not fighting England. So he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
What?
So America just declares war on England.
He nerd raged.
He nerd raged on England. England immediately marches down and burns Washington, D.C.
Burns it down.
They burnt the White House immediately.
He spaz cried.
But he spaz cries. He's like, nobody's going to call me gay. But then everybody always acts like we lost 1812 just because they burned that shitty White House.
Yeah.
So
First off, Washington, D.C. was a swamp. It was literally a swamp. It was a shithole. No one lived there. War of 1812, we fucked England up. Fort McHenry, Star Spangled Banner, all that shit. Battle of New Orleans, we smashed them.
Battle of
dude.
New Orleans was what's his name?
Jackson.
Fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
And Jackson, they were fighting the Battle of New Orleans. The war had been already over for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the war was already settled.
Oh, yeah, they fought
the
it in
treaty was
1815.
signed,
It was in January of
and
1815.
he was still fighting.
Yeah.
Once you get to Jackson, he's fucking
He's
incredible.
wild.
Incredible.
All right. So
first Trump. He was the first Trump.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, America, that's our first war as a country.
Yeah.
So now America is not
before
just
that,
colonies.
because England was just taking pot shots. England would just park a ship outside of like a Baltimore or whatever,
They're
and
so
just start
good.
heaving fucking fireballs for no reason. Like
dickheads,
you know
dude.
where do you know Hudson, New York? It's a town on the Hudson. It has a weird maritime feeling to it. It looks like Nantucket. And that's because it's all people from Nantucket. It used to be this little whaling village in Nantucket. And in the 1810s, the British would just park a ship and just set houses on fire for fucking fun.
What?
So all the people that lived in that town founded Hudson. And they would go out and whale in the ocean. And then they'd drag a whale up the Hudson River.
Holy shit.
And they would slaughter it and then send it down the river. It was a great way to send whale meat and oil down to here, New York City.
Yeah.
And that established a hub in New York, an upper New York State. Hudson became a very big, important. And that's where you ever heard of a guy named Legs Diamond? Because Diamond Street was like the first whore street.
It sounded like
Hudson became a place for farmers to bring their herds and get laid and get, just fuck and gamble and have their animals slaughtered and brought down here on boats, and then they'd go home.
Got paid. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
we'll
that's
skip-
what was going on. That's how much things like just the English, one English ship lobbing fireballs changes a ton of things.
Yeah, some
and they
farmer
finally
and his dick
needed it to stop.
Resulted in some guy getting ahead. Like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to face me wife.
Me wife.
So
Okay, so now you got.
now we're kind of unified. That was the first time
Madison.
the War of 1812, it was a draw. I mean, they signed a treaty after 2 years.
Nothing
and
changed though. Just
Nothing
the
changed.
English stopped harassing us.
Yeah,
though. I
but
do
we
think that
declared
changed.
war. They came over.
Yeah,
We kind of fucked them up, though. I looked at the casualty numbers. It was like double.
that doesn't matter in the historical.
Of course. But
people
everybody
die.
always acts like, because they got over here and they all died of disease kind of immediately. Like,
Yeah.
they got fucked up.
It was hard to.
And they were like,
stage
"This
those
we
things.
can't afford to fight this while we're fighting the French truce." That brings us to Monroe. Monroe was kind of the man. Monroe was the last founding father to be a president. Fought in the Revolutionary War. Was at Valley Forge. He came up with the Monroe Doctrine, which is neutrality. We got the Americas. Nobody fuck with us. Because they were all worried Spain or Europe was going to come back and take South
That was
America.
all the source of all our problems was these other fucking European countries
Yeah.
being involved in their wars. So he was the first guy to go.
Yeah, we're never
Y'all
going to
do
go
what you
get
want.
involved in their wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they were saying was that's like the most lasting policies of any of the founding fathers was like American neutrality. Europe, you can have your wars. We're staying the fuck out. Obviously, it lasted 100 years. Added Florida. Monroe got Florida from the Spanish.
Nice.
So the reason that happened though was because of Jackson. Because Jackson was taking his troops to Florida, and Monroe was sending a guy on a horse or what. I don't know if they had telegrams yet, but it'd take them 8 days to say leave Florida alone. We're trying to negotiate
Yeah.
a price. But finally, Monroe decided we don't want Florida anymore. They're asking the Spanish owned it. We can't afford to buy it. I can't justify it. I'm not going to get it through Congress. And Jackson was writing back and saying, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it militarily. I'm going to attack them. And Monroe said, no, you may not. I'm the president. You may not do that. And Jackson just ignored him.
Started attacking
and he
him.
did it.
What?
He took Florida, and then he showed up in D.C. and was like, right? That was good, right? And Monroe's like, yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, he's like, but also I bought it.
Good job. Yeah, also, I think
He
we
paid for it.
We paid for it, and it was a mess.
While Jackson was like fucking with them, the Spanish were like, to Monroe, they were like, yeah, you can buy it.
And he just went and killed him.
He was down fighting them, and he was like,
Yeah.
actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to sell it.
There's two generals that did that. Him and MacArthur did that too. Just did shit without permission.
Yeah.
And then showed up and said, right, Mr. President? Wasn't that the plan
That was
all
pretty
along? And he
good.
was like, yes, it was the plan all along. Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
So you got that. But this is interesting because Monroe is the first part that this is where the slavery issue starts to take real issue because it was the Missouri Compromise. So Missouri was becoming a state. It was another slave state, pro-slavery.
Yeah, so every
So
every time they added a slave state, they'd have to add a free slave.
Free
Oh,
one to
really?
make sure it was balanced.
Yeah.
So that's when we added Maine. Missouri got to be a slave state. That's it for him. John Quincy Adams.
Yeah, so John Quincy Adams was Secretary of State. John Quincy Adams had a big role in Florida.
Yeah.
And he had a big role in that compromise. That was a big part. He was a statesman. John Quincy Adams, fucking fascinating guy. I read his biography. The thing about him and his father is that they wrote copious, really long diary entries, so we know a lot about those guys. But he traveled with his father to England. He was like the last link to the Great Revolution.
Yeah.
Because he was with his father wherever he went, and he took him to France. He ended up being a diplomat. He was the first American ambassador to Russia. He lived in St. Petersburg, Russia. And him and his...
Oh, wait, was he the one who helped them kind of revolutionize?
I don't
Or was that before?
remember that.
Okay.
I mean, but he was in Russia way back then. He'd take like a sleigh to countries that aren't there anymore, like Prussia. And he traveled all over. He traveled more than any like human being back then.
Yeah.
And he went across the ocean several times. So like something like 12 times back and forth.
Now
Amazing guy. Incredible guy.
His opponent was Jackson in this election.
Yeah.
Jackson dominated. He won the popular vote by a greater margin than Reagan beat Carter. It was a landslide victory for him, but Jackson in the Battle of New Orleans came out and said all the guys from Kentucky were being fucking cowards. What? So then when it comes to the Electoral College, the guy counting the votes happened to be like a senator or something from Kentucky.
What?
And I was like, fuck this guy. And he just swung like 10 states. Because back then the Electoral College made perfect sense. Nobody in any state had ever heard of one of these guys. There was no news. There was no fucking anything.
Now you needed somebody. Yeah, you needed super delegates.
You needed
sort
to
of
just
handle
get your
things.
local guy and be like, you
go figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was enough for this guy to swing all these dudes in the meetings to be like, dude, Jackson's a fucking dickhead. We need John Quincy Adams. So he swung. I mean, it was
John
Cowardly
Quincy
move.
Adams was
Cowardly
another nerd, one-term nerd.
Yes.
Who just couldn't get. I mean, as a president, he couldn't get, and he got almost nothing done. Partly because Jackson and his people just thwarted every single thing
Jackson
he tried.
the whole country loved Jackson.
Everybody fucking loved that dude.
He was Trump
so much.
He was Trump.
He was Trump. Imagine if Trump like dueled as much as
Jesus Christ.
Jackson
Jackson
died
would shoot
with
dudes.
something like 12 bullets in his body.
Yeah.
What?
That never left his body. He dueled all the time.
Yeah, let's just go straight to Jackson. Jackson, he's the next
Wait,
president.
he can't not be mentioned, John Quincy.
JQA.
Yeah, fuck John Quincy. Go
John
ahead.
Quincy Adams, well, after his presidency, he was in Congress forever from Massachusetts. He died at his seat in Congress.
Wow.
He died at his desk. He was because his thing, he was a huge abolitionist. He was like the only guy in the Congress willing to be an out and out. The slave states had so much power that they passed a gag law that said you can't say the word slavery in Congress. There used to be, there was a thing in Congress back then called petitioning. Anyone could send a petition to their congressperson and they had to say it, they had to mention it. So like you could send a thing to Congress saying, I want retards to be allowed to drive, whatever you would do. I want retarded people to have driver's license.
Yes.
And he would say, he'd have to go, okay, the petition from Shane Gillis, he wants retards to
Honorable.
drive.
The honorable.
And everyone would go, I move to table it. And then they just table it. But they passed a law saying you couldn't even mention a petition that said the word slavery. Because that's how electrified that it was. Like, we don't want anybody. We know you're trying to get rid of slavery. We don't even want you to say. And they passed it. So Quincy Adams would do it, and he would just break the law, and he would just say it over and over again. He would read petitions about slavery, and he would get sent. Then they would all vote, the whole Congress, to censure him for going against the rules, and he got censured over and over again. And he represented the Amistad slaves and got them set free. Yeah, did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he was the slave ship that was taken over by slaves and was grounded in Massachusetts, I think.
So he was saying the S word. He got in trouble.
Yeah.
He got not only in trouble, those slaves asked him to represent that. He was their lawyer.
What?
Because they were Virginia slave masters who were they were Haitian slaves that they were waiting for, that they had paid for. But he found a way it wasn't like a slavery is wrong trial. It was, you guys don't have a receipt trial. It was like, you ain't got the paperwork, go fuck yourselves. So they were free. But he died. He was in the middle of a big impassioned argument. He was yelling and he had a heart attack and he died right there with the whole Congress around him
watching
because people loved that guy.
Yeah.
He was a great guy. He was the first president or former president to ride on a steamship, and he used to ride on the steamships with a blanket over him. And folks would surround him. All the passengers would surround him, and he would just tell stories. He was a great guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Man, I didn't know any of that.
There's just a part of me that liked Jackson.
Jackson's great, but I mean,
dickhead.
and again, to me, I look at all these guys. I evaluate them as characters. They're all great, amazing characters. They all did awful things,
Of course.
Yeah.
but I mean, Obama fucking bombed, fucking weddings.
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah.
But yes, Jackson was a crazy but shrewd. A great thing about Jackson was that his inaugural party in the White House.
Yeah.
This is wild. They stormed the Capitol.
He invited everybody. That's exactly right.
He
invited everyone. He said anyone that wants can come. No invitation needed. It's the people's house, and the house was crammed with common people getting drunk, stealing shit,
destroyed,
and
the
they
whole
wouldn't
place.
leave. And there's a honor code in the White House. You don't ask someone to leave. You don't ever throw anybody out. So they couldn't get them. Like, days went by where people are shitting on the floor and raiding the fucking pantry and just fucking people and whatever.
What?
And so what they did was they got huge kegs of beer and they put them on the lawn. And they said, "Hey, come out. Let's drink under the stars. Let's have, And they invited them out for beer on the lawn, and they all came outside and they locked the doors. That was how he was a people's president.
Yeah,
like
he was the first populist
in his
first guy. Yeah,
first one to appeal to the common person. Yeah. There was an author, English guy. I read his biography of him, and they have one account of an English traveling writer who would write travel logs. And he was in Washington and he thought, what is it like? Can you meet the president? And he just walked. There wasn't a fence around the house.
People just could walk in. And
so
see
he
him.
just walked to the front door and he knocked on the door. And a butler came to the door and said hello. And he said, I'd like to meet the president. And he's like, is he expecting you? And he goes, no. And the butler's like, all right, well, come in and sit down. And he went in. The guy waited like 20 minutes. And Jackson came out of his office, which was like full of people. And he said, I'm in a pretty important, like, who are you?
Yeah.
And he said, I just wanted to meet you and say hi. And he was like, all right, can you wait an hour? And he's like, sure. So he went and whatever, fucking signed a thing to kill all the Indians.
Yeah.
And then he came and had sandwiches brought, and he sat with the guy and just talked to him for an hour.
Damn.
He also he was the first president, I think, to ride on a train. He took a train. He was the first one to do this, that he went all over the country.
Yeah.
He went up to Maine. Presidents never travel. He was the first guy to do that. Like, he thought people should see the president. People should have contact with the president.
The Trail of Tears, he flubbed that one.
Yeah,
flubbed. He
was a
nailed
bit
it.
of a flub. He did do exactly what his goal
He did
was.
what he tried to do. You fucking flubbed.
That was a bit of a flub.
He was not. He didn't make mistakes.
I looked it up. I don't know if they had slaves.
Yeah.
The fucking dudes on the Trail of Tears, they were like, we got to bring our slaves.
If slaves are available, folks get slaves. That's
Yeah.
just the way that goes.
I couldn't believe it.
But when he
Those
was
peaceful
yeah,
natives.
yeah,
Fair
that's what
point.
the part you don't hear is like the Indians are like, you know what he did to us and what he did to our slaves was
Yeah,
even
our
worse.
slaves had it real bad on the Trail of Tears.
I mean, tell me about it.
Yeah, but didn't they like share everything with their slaves though?
I don't know. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
way
yeah.
It
better.
was
Were they, like,
egalitarian.
real peaceful?
It was egalitarian, dude.
They were some
No,
of those
he-
good slave owners.
the
natives.
There's some story from some big chief went to the White House to meet with the Jackson because Jackson was very honest.
Yeah.
He didn't underhand ever. He didn't play politics. He did horrible things, but he just went ahead and did them. Like there was a slave revolt during his presidency where they took over a fort. The slaves took over a fort and just said, "We just want out. We just want to be taken to the north or Canada or whatever." And so he just got a bunch of cannons and just lit the whole place up, killed them all.
Bombed them.
He didn't fucking care. So some famous, like a name you'd recognize, it wasn't like Sitting Bull, but it was some big, all of the Indians, all the tribes chose this guy
Yeah.
to negotiate with Jackson. And he went and talked to Jackson, just the two of them. And he came out crying and said,
What?
"We're
He's
not.
like, we're in trouble.
Yeah, he says we're not. This is gonna go bad.
Oh,
This is gonna go bad."
No.
No, he just had his way of thinking about how it was going to
Yeah.
go. He's like, no, we got to clear these guys out of here.
Also in line with Trump, he was like, this is where the term mudslinging starts.
Yeah.
It was him and John Quincy. Their election or their debates and shit was, he would just talk. They would talk shit. There would be nasty rumors in
Oh
the
my
papers.
God.
Whatever it took.
Yeah.
Whatever it took. No,
Yeah.
I remember I have a friend who's a Trump guy who I've known for a long time. I'm not going to say that his name is Nick DiPaolo. Knowing Nick has always given me some insight into the mentality of that kind of guy, not just
Yeah.
Trump, but guys like Jackson. I remember once I was with Nick and a lot of people, and he was, and like three Democrats were yelling at him. And he was starting to say crazy, fucked up things to them. And at one point, I'm like, Nick, you know that's wrong. And he
Yeah.
goes, "It's 3 against 1. like, what do you want me to do?" Like he's in
Yeah.
and it gave me and then it brought me back to when I was like 19 and I was friends with Nick and we were comedians in Boston. And there was a pinball machine we really liked playing at this one club. So we're playing pinball against each other. And when it was my turn, I was starting to beat his score, and he just put his hand over my hand
So, he couldn't-
so I couldn't flip. And he just looked at me like this, and I'm like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, I win. I win. I don't care."
Fuck.
But
He
Jackson,
was big too. Wasn't he
Jackson
strong?
was yes.
Yeah,
Jackson
he's
was the
strong.
first. Yeah, he was a football player.
Yeah.
College football player. Jackson was the first president to go like, "Fuck you. I'm winning. I'm winning this. I don't care what happens to you.
Jesus.
We're gonna you know."
So he also, one of the big things with Jackson, he vetoed more bills than every president before him combined.
Nice.
He hated the banks. He like went to war.
It's crazy that he's on the 20.
Yeah.
It's like a joke because he hated the idea of a central bank. He hated the idea of a treasury. He thought that it should just be folks have their
Yeah.
money, use gold, and you trade. And he wanted.
So I think the U.S. Bank at the time, I think it was called the United States, like the Bank of the United States, was up for to be renewed.
Mm-hmm.
And he just happened to be the president, and he vetoed it.
Yeah, and it was a thing you don't veto. It
You
wasn't
can't
like-
veto it.
No, but
He
did it.
vetoed it. So then the next guy, we'll get to him, is his vice president, Van Buren. He takes over. He
Mhm.
takes over a completely destroyed economy because he vetoed the bank.
That's the way it goes.
yeah,
The
yeah.
cool guys.
Yeah.
America is made of cowboys and nerds. So you got cowboys who show off and who show what kind of people we are, and then you have nerds who actually get things done. But the cowboys get the credits.
Yeah.
And then nerds get fucked every
He
time.
got fucked. His nickname was Van Ruin.
Yes, he had a lot of nicknames.
They were like,
Old
"Fuck this."
Kinderhook. He was
Yeah.
another total nerd, and everybody hated Van Buren. He was like a little fucking
Yeah. He was
Just,
supposed to be, I think, he was one of those vice presidents that was supposed to be a link. Like, because Jackson was the man in the South, kind of, or wherever. And they were like, let's get this dork to.
He was from
he was
Kinderhook,
Pence.
New York.
He was his Pence.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
Trump's
yeah.
Pence.
Yeah.
He was the legend is that he was one of the first people to have pamphlets, like a lot of pamphlets, like the press, like the mass press started to get big. So his pamphlet was, because he was called Old Kinderhook because he's from Kinderhook, New York. So his thing was okay, and it was a check mark.
Oh, nice.
And that's where people say that okay comes from.
What?
Yeah.
Because it was like his thing was you okay with a check mark. That was the point. It was like vote for Old Kinderhook.
That's the thing. That's the thing. When you look into this, that's where all of our shit comes from.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's all of this. All right. Well, you got to speed up because this one's funny. Van Buren sucked, whatever.
Yeah, he's his.
Here comes Harrison. He's the next guy. Everybody called him Old Granny because he was too much of a geezer to run. So on his inauguration, he was like, I'm going to prove to everyone how tough I am.
Yeah.
It was freezing cold and raining. He had like an 8,000 word inauguration.
Yeah.
He got pneumonia and died.
He died. He was like a few months.
He died immediately. Like
Shortest term. Died.
Damn.
Shortest term.
Didn't have a minute of acting as
trying
president.
to prove he was tough.
Got sick the first day
Died immediately.
and died a few months later.
What?
Yep.
G.
That brings us to Tyler. He did nothing.
Tyler was
His
general,
party abandoned
right?
him.
No, I'm thinking of Taylor.
He was Harrison's vice president. So
He
Harrison
stepped down.
dies. The one thing he did do is set the precedent that the vice president stays as president.
Nice.
So everyone was like, "What? We don't know what to do here. The president's never died. Do you take over as an interim guy until we find a new guy?" And he was like, "No, I'm just the president."
I'm the president.
And enough that his party hated him for that. So his own party abandoned him. They didn't
Why?
put him up for re-election.
Well, because they thought they should choose another guy.
They wanted to be able to put
a
another
stronger guy.
Yeah. So he stayed. He had no parties supported him. He got nothing done. He was never up for re-election
It
again.
must have been awkward.
That brings us to our guy, though. This is who I wanted to get to. Polk, dude. Turns out Polk's the man.
Really?
Yeah.
I know nothing about Pope.
No.
He was one term because he was a dark horse out of nowhere, and he promised everybody in his party, I'll only do one term. That way, some of you guys that are good, that are getting ready, you can take over. I promise to do one term. When he was running, his opponent's slogan was, "Who is James K. Polk?" Like, people were talking shit. As soon as he got in, oh, this is good. He was a tiny guy. He was 5'8", which was like,
That's really small.
yeah, he was 5'8", and when he got in, his wife was the one who came up with, they got to play Hail to the Chief every time you come in a room to give you some respect.
Give him a little,
Yeah, so that's why that happens.
Nice.
So right away, Polk starts going
But it was
wild.
kind of a joke. It's like if a midget walked in.
Yeah,
Everybody goes, it's just a little guy.
No, Polk's a beast. Immediately, he starts fucking with the British about Oregon. So they have the Oregon Territory
Yeah.
out there, which is just beaver hunting. Everybody's, beaver hunting. We're doing a little bit of
What do
that
you
in
mean?
Nash Vegas.
What do you mean?
It means trying to get pussy.
About pussies.
Hunting in Oregon for
They were in Oregon,
pussy.
Oregon, pussy hunting. So the British were pussy hunting. The British and Americans were both pussy hunting on the same territory. And Polk was like, nah, we're done with that. And he said the latitude and longitude was 54 and 40. So he came out with the slogan 54 and 40 or fight. He was saying that to the British. He was like, we're going to
very
fuck
catchy.
you guys up.
True.
So he came out with that. And the British,
People were really into
They loved
latitudes
slogans.
and longitudes.
They were.
back then.
so he called that. And the British were afraid to call his bluff. They were just like, fine, take
They're
it.
like, that slogan is so good.
Yeah, they're like,
Just take it.
fuck, dude,
54.
this guy's
Dude,
nuts.
you came up with the fucking, you used the longitude and latitude?
So he takes that territory, which is huge. And then it's not just Oregon, it's Washington, all that.
You know why Oregon is, Portland is called Portland?
Mm.
I bet you I do.
It was kind of, do you?
No, it's not.
It was going to be Boston.
What?
Because the two guys, is it Lewis and Clark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them is
That
from
was Jefferson. Give
One of
him
them is
credit on
from
that.
Boston, and one of them is from Portland, Maine. And they both wanted to name it after their hometown.
Oh.
And they flipped a coin
Huh.
and named it Portland. And there is a Boston in Oregon.
Hmm.
There's a town called Boston, in Oregon. Anyway, go on.
So after he gets
I know.
Oregon,
Yeah.
he's like, all right, it's time for me to get Texas.
Mhm.
He starts fucking with the Mexicans. Like, say they would send troops down just to see if the Mexicans would shoot first.
Mhm.
Finally, they did. He
Fucking
immediately,
lazy Mexicans.
they shot
so
a bunch
many
of-
times
He-
to get off their fucking frijoles and fire a shot.
So they go to war.
Here they come again. I don't want to fire.
He
I'm too
fired
busy
the last
drinking
Probably one of them was like-
tequila.
70,000 troops poured in.
Oh no.
So we immediately took California, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Texas.
And
This
then
is all
who was the
Polk in
general?
4 years.
Who was the general that penetrated all the way to Mexico City? This is later, right?
This was the next guy who was Zachary Taylor.
Yeah, Zachary Taylor was
Zachary
the big
Taylor.
Mexican-American war
Yeah,
guy.
he was the war hero.
What?
Zachary Taylor was dominating.
So they
but this is-
gathered-
He went into Mexico City, and if you go to in Mexico City, the big thing is Los Niños. These 6, I think it's 4 or 6 kids. So they stormed. They went all the way to Mexico City, and the Citadel, the Chapultepec, the palace. The army was so decimated that it was finally just the cadets of the military school were the only ones
Yikes.
defending the capital, and they were just 4 kids firing on the American army is just coming. And they wrapped themselves in Mexican flags and jumped and dove and killed themselves. That was how they ended the war.
Awesome.
And the moment is Zachary Taylor's holding one of them and he's saying they were just kids. Like he had no idea they were like fucking 12, 15 years old.
Man.
And in Chapultepec, there's 4 big pillars that are still they're like war heroes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What did Mexico have back then? Was it like a king or like
A lot
what
of they had massive. So what was going on all these years, Napoleon assumed that the South would win the Civil War eventually. That there would be Europe always bet on the South because the South was a aristocratic America. It was about plantations and old families, and that's a European. And they loved Europe in the South. The North was always against Europe and wanting to start something new. So during the Civil War, so Maximilian was just a Habsburg. But the way kings worked back then, there were some royalty factories. So the Habsburg family, who I think were like Flemish or whatever the fuck, they just had like a cousin of a king. They went Maximilian and his wife. They're like, you guys take Mexico. So Napoleon sent French troops to Mexico and installed Maximilian. But then
Which is what Cinco de Mayo is.
yes, and then the Mexicans finally overran because when we lost the Civil War, when we lost the Civil War, I don't know what made me say that. No, when the South lost the Civil War, Napoleon was like, all right, fuck this.
Well,
And
wait,
he just-
Napoleon was gone for this.
Or whoever the French
Yes,
pulled their
yes.
well, there was like 3 Napoleons.
Oh, true.
right.
I think it was a later Napoleon.
Wow. Yes.
Pulled support,
Yeah.
and Maximilian they beheaded him.
Fuck.
They fed peyote to his wife and sent her home. And there's some little village somewhere in like the Netherlands where they tell you like she's gonna come get you because she would run in the streets. She went insane. She would run the streets screaming. And they tell kids if you don't get to sleep because she comes out at night. If you don't go to sleep, she's gonna come get
God.
you. So
Yeah,
that's
she
how
must
far.
have-
That's how far in Mexico.
Dude, if
I'm
they-
sorry to derail you,
No,
but so
crazy.
No, that's
so
great.
Zachary. So you were still at Polk
No,
and then Taylor.
Polk, but still. So one thing that was cool was when Polk was instigating this war with Mexico.
You got to cut that part where I say we lost.
No,
You have
that's
to
good.
cut that. I don't
That's
know what
good. You
made me say
corrected it immediately. This is pretty sick. So Polk was up there like they're fucking with us. They shot at our troops. An old one-term senator from Illinois at the time stood up and said, "Were we on their territory when we shot him?" There was one guy that was opposed to the Mexican-American War, a guy by the name of Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Abraham Lincoln.
And people were like, "Hey, shut up, pussy!
Yeah, dude.
We're trying to take Texas. Shut
yeah.
the fuck
And he's
up."
like, you guys, were we? And like, shh.
Yeah,
He was like, sorry.
See, I think this was wrong. They're like- Anyway, that's why Polk's kind of the man. He added 1/3 of the entire United States in a 4-year term.
Damn.
Pretty good. Well, in territory.
I know, but still,
Still, it's like
beast.
those big
Yeah, but you got
states.
Texas and California.
And they were
Pretty
just
That's
sitting on
probably
the
half our population.
good.
True. And they were sitting
I
on the
wish
border.
he hadn't added them, espally Texas.
The
But
troops
again-
are sitting
Then we
there being
wouldn't
like, Mexico
have-
sucks. Mexico fucking
Finally,
sucks.
one of them got just
Go,
popped.
go.
Oh shit! Run! They're pissed.
Yo, Mexico's gay.
Again, that was a smashing. America destroyed Mexico. It
Yeah.
was mean. It was mean.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Then this is good. Polk, he was working his tail off.
His tail.
He was tired. He was so exhausted when he got done. He went back to Tennessee and just died.
like right away, right?
Yeah.
He died, yeah.
He was like, "That was too much. I
That
should
was
have done
a
all
lot
that."
of work. Yep.
Just died. So then comes Zachary Taylor. This is 1849 to 1850. That's a quick term. Old Rough and Ready.
Yeah.
Pretty sick nickname.
Old, dead, and
Yeah, he's
last
old. He's
long.
about to be dead.
Yeah, he died. I don't remember what he died of.
He was a
just being in the 1800s.
Yeah. He was one of the largest slaveholders in the South. So when he got elected, the South was like nice because at this point, the territories, he just added. Polk did all that in 4 years, which was sick, but it was too much because now there's so much territory, and the slaves versus the abolitionist debate. Every state they had to add. There was a debate. There was a debatey.
All Southern so many Southern presidents.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the Adamses.
Pretty much nonstop. Virginia.
Yep.
And then it gets into like Tennessee and.
They started digging into their bench was not
they
good
get
enough.
to Tennessee, dude.
And then we started kind of with Ohio. We started coming back.
Yeah.
Huh.
Actually, kind of northern presidents tended to suck. Lincoln ruled.
Yeah, but he was Kentucky, Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois
We'll
before
take that one.
which
I always
state
forget
is it?
one. I think he was born in Kentucky in a log cabin in Kentucky.
And then he was the
Then he was the
Illinois. Then he moved to
Illinois,
Illinois.
yeah.
Who fucking knows? There's no way to know.
We weren't right about
Nobody
half
will
these.
ever know,
We were never
really.
correct about half these facts, but we're having fun.
Oh yeah, I could be. I love
Yeah,
just
who cares?
acting like I know.
It's great. So one thing, Taylor gets in there. Everybody's like, nice. Everybody in the South's like, nice. This guy's pro-slavery. He gets in. He tends to start actually leaning towards standing with the North. This is all leading to the Civil War because like guys like this start fucking this up. As soon as he says we're going to establish or abolish slave in the Western territories, South Carolina says they're going to succeed. Taylor says he's going to fucking hang everybody down there if they do it.
What?
Yeah, he didn't react well to this stuff.
No.
He wasn't like, let's talk and send it
Yeah, he
over
was like,
there.
hang
you're
you.
gonna fucking
He would
hang all
just
of
say
you.
that, and then they're like, "Are you?" And he's like, "Well, no, but
I'm gonna hang a lot of you.
the problem with tough talk." Yeah,
This is how he died.
What do you do?
So he went. This is his
by doing
first
a
term.
podcast about. All right, go ahead. How did he die?
He went to Washington D.C. for Independence Day, and he ate too many cherries and milk.
What?
Because, like I said, it was a swamp, so there was like a cholera
That was
outbreak.
like the old Pop Rocks
Oh.
and Coke.
Yeah, he had cherries and frosted milk, and,
And that was
he
it?
exploded.
Damn, it must have been delicious.
By the way, you know how
though.
many? There were 4 presidents. When you think about the fact that 4 of them were assassinated,
Yeah.
4?
Well, successfully. Yeah, I
So
hear you.
4 were killed,
Shot, yeah.
shot and killed.
Yeah.
4 out of 40. There's been 47 presidents.
10%.
Wait, hold on. How many got shot and killed? It was. I don't think they got shot and killed.
Yeah, 4 were shot and killed. Is it Garfield?
See,
No.
This is where I stopped.
A guy with a G. It's either Grover Cleveland or Garfield. One of those two was
Yeah, he
shot and
can-
killed.
Yeah.
McKinley shot and killed. JFK and Lincoln.
Nice.
4 shot and killed. Reagan fucking
Close.
badly shot.
Yeah.
Roosevelt, Teddy, shot in the chest,
Bull.
but had a thick piece of paper with his speech
Fuck,
and a
that's so
glasses
cool,
case.
man.
Finished the speech, dude.
Yep, finished the speech.
Got shot and was like,
And somebody shot at Andrew Jackson,
Yeah.
you got
and he had a cane and he beat the shit out of the guy. Almost beat him to death. The guy shot him and he just get the fuck. It was right outside the Capitol,
What?
like by the big pillars or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just beat the fucking shit out of him.
dude who shot.
Yeah, he was insane. Old Hickory.
Were they
Yes.
all crazed lone gunmen type things, or was it like?
Yeah, most of them were crazy people. There's a few other guys that were shot at that
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
took shots at them, and but that they didn't get hurt. Oh, what's his name? Well, FDR. They killed the governor who was sitting next to him. A spray of bullets, and he wasn't hurt, but the governor sitting next to him was killed.
Jesus.
Governor of Georgia or Florida, I don't fucking know. Anyway, go on. But yeah, like over 10%, like 12% of them have been shot.
Yeah.
At. So it's an
crazy.
intense job
It's a pretty intense
to
nuts,
take. There's a
dude.
good chance.
It is like a higher rate than actual soldiers in war.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It's probably.
I guess so.
I bet
Yeah.
it is.
Might
That's
be.
fucked up.
Yeah, because in like regular like revolution shit, it's like 70,000 soldiers, 2,000 dead.
What's crazy
Shit
is
like that.
But before it used to be like when you like what's his name, Alexander the Great and whoever. Some kings used to lead. Heads of state
Yeah.
used to lead charges. They
Yeah.
used to be the front horse, like going right headlong into an army.
That'd be nice to be a
Yeah, a
guy
lot of
holding
Roman
a spear, like,
Roman guys did that. And,
jackpot.
Yeah, I fucking got him.
Holy shit!
got
He's
the
coming
king.
right at me. He's coming right
Oh,
at me.
I'm
Oh,
just
fuck! I blew
I'm
it.
just some guy.
Fuck! I
shepherd.
missed.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at Fillmore. The thing that sucks about fucking Taylor dying is he was like kind of a beast that could have maybe prevented the Civil War that was looming.
And then Fillmore was just a schlub.
Fillmore was a schlub. He signed. This is where it all starts to fuck up. Every single one of these guys, up to Lincoln, is just fucking up immensely. He wanted to sign
the buck and passing the buck.
So Taylor was offered to sign the Compromise of 1850, which was some shit about one slave state, one regular, or they get to decide, shit like that. As soon as fucking Taylor died, Fillmore takes over and signs it. Southerners were mad that California would join as a free state. Northerners were mad about the fugitive slave law. So they both compromised and were both pissed. Fugitive slave law was if you find a slave in the North, there's U.S. Marshals that'll catch them and bring them back to the South.
You have to help them get them back.
And
really?
There were dudes that were just like grabbing black people. Be like, got him. Where's my bounty? So
that's how the
it was
12
bad.
years a slave guy got taken.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, he was a free Northerner who
Somebody
just
just
got grabbed
kidnapped
by
him.
one of those guys.
Damn.
It was bad.
Happened all the time.
He was the last member of the Whig Party. They didn't run him a second term. Here comes Franklin Pierce. He was pals with Jackson, son of a Revolutionary War hero. He's from the North, but he was pro-slavery. They thought this was going to work. 2 months before this is crazy. 2 months before his inauguration, he and his family were in a train crash, and the only casualty was his 11-year-old son.
Damn.
So his entire time in office, he's blacked out, drunk, and depressed. He's the saddest guy of all time. He's not listening. His kid just died. His wife blamed him for the death constantly. She was like, we should have never been on that train. You just had to be the fucking president.
Oh,
you
man.
gave birth to him, bitch.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
You were on the train. You had fun.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
So he's there. During Pierce, they do the Transcontinental Railroad. This is like the real. This is a fuck up for the North wants it to be from Chicago to L.A. or one of those places out west. The South wants it to be from Atlanta to L.A. In order to get it done, they have to get rid of the Missouri Line Compromise, which made it nothing north or south of here was the slave line. They decided to make it so every new territory got to decide themselves. They got to vote in order to get the Transcontinental Railroad. So this opened.
Every single thing we did to build this nation ran into this slave problem.
Yes.
Every single thing we tried to do was like, yeah, but the fucking north-south slave, slave states, non-slave states.
Jesus.
We need to build a railroad across. That's the first interstate thing. The first interstate objective.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that you need a federal government. It's why the federal government got stronger and stronger. Because every state gets to do their own thing, but you want to take a fucking train from one to the other, these two states have to make a compromise.
Yeah.
So you needed a federal government to make these.
It was like the precursor to union, non-union. They just blow up a gigantic like inflatable rat.
Yeah. It's the other reason, just as general thing, that the federal government became what gave the federal government power was the states wanting parity with each other. Like when environmental laws became a thing, they were state laws. So like Indiana would make a law, you can't dump, sludge into the river anymore. So every company in Indiana has to pay extra to do a better job of dumping their shit and take it to the ocean or somewhere else, ruin somebody else's life.
Yeah.
But so next door to Indiana is Illinois, and they're like, we dump anything we want.
Yeah.
And so all the business goes there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Illinois company's like, we don't want to dump. We don't want to hurt the environment, but we can't compete with these guys.
Yeah.
Right? So they would all the states would go to the Fed and say, please pass a law that affects everybody so that we can all do the right thing that we want to do without having to get squeezed out by this guy.
Yeah.
And that worked until we started doing shit with Mexico and India and China. But anyway, go on.
But yeah,
so,
Taylor. It was interesting to me. We're at I think Pierce, right? On the Transcontinental Railroad.
Yeah.
That turns out to be like that's what started it. I mean, obviously there's a ton of major factors, but that was like a big one because it opened what was called the Nebraska-Kansas Act, which is they got to decide to vote whether they were pro-slave or pro-abolition. So then a bunch of people just rushed in from the north and the south, and they started fucking killing each other.
What?
It was I forget the names. They were pretty sick. It was like the Free Staters versus the Border Ruffians. This is where John Brown and his son was out there.
Oh yeah.
They started hacking people with swords to death. Like
Jesus.
that was it. And Franklin Pierce was like, he did nothing. He didn't get involved.
Yeah, but dude, it must have been crazy when you had a bunch of slaves. Like, this is wrong. You had to be like, nah. You couldn't. It must have been crazy to be like, nah, I don't think it is.
Well, you just would pretend not to, or you just wouldn't I mean, you'd see it on the newspaper was faded, and it
Yeah.
was like, I don't know that much about it.
Just not being able to go down.
I'm
with
okay
that
to
bit.
my slaves. I treat them okay.
Yeah, they're great.
True.
Yeah.
Right? Tell him.
That's
He's like, oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he was all right. No, it's fine. No, and meanwhile, the North was starting to get. I mean, this is getting after Pierce is who?
Buchanan.
So Buchanan is the guy who right before Lincoln,
Yes.
right? Because the other thing that was going on is the North is industrializing, and the North is starting to
Yes.
build sweat houses and factories, and so part of the argument that people were having that is like the kind of argument we would have now. If it would be interesting to take this culture with Twitter and everything and supplant it to slavery days and how we would have handled that debate back then.
True.
Because there were people that were saying, the North has free workers and a ton of them immigrants that had started, and they're treated like garbage. They're living like shit, and they're dying in large numbers and getting sick, uneducated, and being not allowed to be educated.
Yeah.
Kids are working heavy,
There's a ton
long
of
shifts
southern political cartoons that are like that.
that are about
They'll have
how bad they
slaves
were. And like our
out in
slaves
the
are like a
sun
member of
dancing.
the family.
Yeah.
We give them their own house with their plot of land. They get to do this and that. Most slave owners were better. That this is the argument, and that the North was just like wholesale destroying lives.
Yeah.
And read what's his name, fucking Upton Sinclair. Shit was going on in Chicago in the slaughterhouses.
What's it called?
It's
about the meat packing shit, right?
Yeah,
The jungle. What's it called?
The jungle.
Yeah.
So another important thing about that point of the industrialization of the North, it just flooded with immigrants. So now their population's so big that they get more votes, they get more electoral, like all that. So now the South's like, we need to get power. So now we need more states. We need more states because otherwise they're going to abolish slavery and we're going to be poor.
But they're also hanging on to a way of life in the South.
Yeah.
And in the North, they're not. They're trying to do anything that's new and anything that's next and anything that's large amounts of money and large amounts of industry. And they're manufacturing in huge amounts. In the South, they're just trying to play a fiddle and whip a guy and grow a little tuft of cotton for one shirt every 6 months.
Yeah, true. It's a thing to point out.
Yeah. It's important to know.
True.
Yeah, but
That
was the fight. It was an insanely different.
Yeah.
But we still wanted to be one country. We wanted to be one country. So it was this weird conflict that never went away.
So
I
then,
feel like, does it continue to morph till now? It's just like some dudes
It does.
wanna chill,
It's- we
wear
are-
Carhartt, and other dudes like, no, we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tight.
But so what's his name?
now we're at James Buchanan, who's probably the worst.
Yeah,
I think
he was he was frozen by two. He had so much pressure.
He was a lawyer from Pennsylvania that was just about the law,
Yeah.
which was the last thing he needed to be as the president, which was like, well, that's the rule.
But he had all of Lincoln's problems with none of his charisma and guts
Yeah.
and blood.
That was
crazy,
James Buchanan had the Dred
willingness
Scott.
to kill.
Dred Scott was
Yeah.
under James Buchanan, which
Yeah.
was where, if you don't know about that was about a slave living in free territory, and he was suing to get his freedom. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court where they ruled he was an object, so he was not a citizen. Therefore, that ruling made sure every black person in America was an object and not a citizen. And Buchanan responded by saying, that's the law, that settles it. Instead of standing up, he
Right.
just had to follow the law.
yeah.
So he was just like an extension of the court.
Yeah,
That wasn't his job.
yeah.
Man,
And that brought us to Lincoln. And as soon as Lincoln gets elected, the South secedes.
Yeah, every state starts to say we're not America anymore. Like
Yeah.
immediately before he takes
Yeah.
office.
It's also crazy checking in on the headlines, and you're like, nah, they said you're a chair, basically. And you're like, fuck.
yeah, dude.
Yes.
Fuck.
You got Lincoln, though. You know Lincoln.
Well, we could maybe skip him because it'll be the whole fucking
Yeah. We could
I
stop.
mean, look,
we could stop
Lincoln-
with Lincoln. Let's stop
True.
with Lincoln. And then you go on to some guys you're interested in after Lincoln.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. We
What
can go
time-
as long
how
as we
we've
want.
been talking for?
An hour.
Okay. Well,
You're not
Lincoln-
enjoying this? You're not having the time of your life?
I'm having a great time.
I knew you would. This is
I'm
nice,
not
right?
having a great time.
You're not having a great time.
No, I'm not. I hate this.
Decent time.
Really?
No, I'm having a good time.
How much fun?
You decide which one. The thing I liked about, I mean, I gave you that book about Lincoln. That's a great, what's his name? Carl Sandburg. It's a weird kind of stream of consciousness telling of Lincoln's story in 4 volumes. It's crazy. Just the warriors, just from when he took office. And when he was coming here, there was everything. Hell was breaking loose, and there was supposed to be a January 6th. There was supposed to be one.
What?
There was a plan to stop the certifying of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went to General, what was his name? He was the only American general then, because we didn't fight wars anymore.
Yeah.
So the army was kind of like not,
I think he was the commander.
It's a name you just know when you hear it. Like Scott something.
Oh, yeah, Winfield Scott.
Winfield Scott.
Yes.
Perfect.
So they went to Winfield Scott, the guys running the government, and then they said, we think there's going to be this thing where they're going to try to stop the so he said, if anyone, made a declaration, publicly, he said, if anyone tries to stop the counting of the votes and the democratic process from happening, either by force or by infiltration, I will stuff them into my cannon and fertilize my lawn with them. That's what he said.
Lincoln said that?
That's what he said.
What?
No,
And,
Winfield Scott.
Oh, Winfield Scott said that.
Yeah, and what he did in real fact, because he was a really smart guy, he gave all of the Capitol police and all those guys that they had the day off. He said, go home. And he went and got policemen from Baltimore, from New York City, all kinds of like badass cops. And he had them in plain clothes all over the Capitol, all heavily armed, but in plain clothes. So, and people know, so if somebody started something, the guy would just go like this or elbow him or whatever.
Yeah.
But the appearance was that it was peaceful and that there was no military presence.
Whoa.
But nothing happened. That's what it took to get Lincoln. Everybody, up to the minute that happened, everyone was like, I don't know if he's ever going to take office. People believed he would never be president.
Dude, he wasn't even on the ballot in the southern states. Not even on the ballot.
Yeah.
What?
He didn't win one southern state.
A lot of people, big people who would be like whoever now, wrote long things saying, don't take office. Your presidency, your victory is hollow. It's not real. Not even just people from the South, but people from the North. Everyone was afraid that Lincoln was going to just immediately free the slaves and start war with the South. And his first inauguration, he says, first thing out of his mouth is, I have no intention of freeing the Southern slaves or changing their slave laws. And yes, we will chase down and bring you back your slaves when they come up here within reason. He puts like a tiny thing of like, we're not going to like make it our obsession, but we will do it. Like, it's the first thing out of his mouth.
That's what bothers me about people that are critics of him hang on to that. And they're like, Lincoln didn't want to do it. It's like, dude, the whole time that's what he wanted.
Of course he did. That's what, again, it goes all the way back to the framers. They all wanted this to be a better country than it was. So they knew they couldn't create a nation without slavery. So they said, let's create a nation where people can change peacefully. They can change not only leadership, but the laws. That create a situation where people figure it out for themselves and move forward and change. Instead of like a constitution could have been a very permanent thing. It could have been a very solid, permanent thing, but they actually made it elastic on purpose. And that's, Lincoln was like, we'll do it, guys.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We need some fucking time. And boy, what it cost is crazy. And a lot of people who didn't want slavery were really angry at Lincoln for how hard he pushed that war and that he didn't just settle it. Just let the South do whatever they want. We have our free blacks here. Let them take their chances down there. You're killing millions or however many fucking, I don't know how many people it was. Like 250,000 people died in the Civil War.
Yeah, probably around there.
Something like about how many we killed in Iraq in a day.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
True.
Yeah. For doing nothing.
Less than
doing
Middle
nothing.
Eastern civilians.
Yeah. Measure it in like Persian weddings.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was, Lincoln's the best.
It was really something. I mean, it just took a lot of political guts, a lot of fuck.
Yeah.
This is gonna
Just
suck.
trying to talk to these fucking cunts from the South.
That must be nuts.
That it's just like, clearly this is for money. It's wrong.
Yep.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's 1865.
Well, it was the ultimate time.
1860. They know it's wrong.
One, folks not wanting to say that shit's wrong.
Yeah.
And him, like, not making them say it, but getting them to just one guy at a time. He would just go around, get support here, get support there, put muscle in where he had it, and he fought a brutal war, a incessant war.
And he had to wait until he got a victory to fucking announce the Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh,
He was trying so hard to get it out, but his generals kept fucking up and losing.
Oh, he's like, fuck.
And he would just be writing to these dudes like, "Go,
Yeah, please
do it,
Get one.
get one." Like, I think he wrote it after Antietam, which was like a draw. He was
And
like,
he
"That's
dro-
pretty
well,
good."
yeah, he did.
He's like, "That's close enough. Here we go.
So
We're
then
doing
he's
it."
shot
Yeah, and then he got his fucking head blown off.
by next to his wife.
Yeah,
And they put a little napkin. That was what they did for him. They put a little napkin back there and hoped, but it was not a good. It was not a very.
he was alive
absorbent
for a
napkin.
while after.
Yeah, that's what
He
I'm
didn't
saying.
just
It's like
die
they
right
could've-
away.
He didn't have to die at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't die right
Bled to
away.
death.
Really?
Yeah,
Bled to death.
he was like alive in
Yeah,
the
he's like, "Can you
hotel
guys
for like
just?" And
a
they're
day.
like, "We don't know how to do anything."
Yeah,
Yeah. What play was he saying? Does anyone know?
fuck, I do know.
What?
What play?
What was the play? It was at
he
the Ford's Theater.
I don't remember the.
I'd be curious to see what he was watching.
Yeah, it was something good.
Yeah.
He was fixated.
He was into
It
it.
was
He didn't notice the
Hamilton. That was the
assassin.
weird thing. It was Hamilton.
Yeah, it was Hamilton.
Yeah.
He was sitting there like, what was it? Nice. He was sitting there watching it like, I got to pretend to like this.
Yeah.
It was fucking Hamilton.
And then they shot him. And he was like, "Thank God."
This play sucks.
Christ, this shit
It's over.
sucks so bad.
Um,
So that brings us to Johnson.
so
Dude, this
Johnson
is
was
great.
first guy to be impeached.
Was
What?
he impeached? Oh yeah, I didn't-
First guy to be impeached. Yeah.
Johnson shows up. This is great. He was like a tough guy. He was supposed to be the counteraction to
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Well, he's one of the reasons the war was prolonged because everybody knew if we could just get rid of Lincoln, Johnson was behind him with. There was a deal to be made. It was like don't talk outside the family. He was like, son,
Yeah.
Sonny liked my deal, didn't he? Sonny was hot for my deal.
yeah.
Johnson would have fucking settled in a
Yeah.
minute.
Johnson started his life as an indentured servant
No shit.
and worked his way up. How sick is that?
That's impressive.
And then before his inauguration, he got fucked up on whiskey and just couldn't talk. His inauguration, it was in the rain and the mud right after Lincoln got shot, and
he
everyone
was
was
the
like,
first one. He's the one who proved you can impeach a president,
Mhm.
but you cannot get the fucking votes. It's a
Yeah.
waste of time, and he ends up stronger.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest move in the world. It's vanity.
Yeah.
It's just Congress hates the president. It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't accomplish anything. They I don't remember why they went after him. Whatever. He was
Me
very
neither.
corrupt. He was a fucked up guy. I don't. Who knows? It's all shit that I heard because of them. But they impeached him and then failed to get rid of him.
Really?
I know nothing else about him. But
I don't know either.
But then fucking
Grant,
amazing guy.
great guy, amazing guy. I feel like his presidency was a bit of a fucking letdown for how cool he was.
I mean, he did so Christing much. This guy.
Oh, true.
Grant.
To help the South, he was pretty good.
What do you do?
Well,
This
and
is-
he was. First of all, some people get on him because he owned one slave
Oh, man.
because his father-in-law, his wife's father,
Yes.
hated him because he was an abolitionist. I mean, he wasn't like an active abolitionist,
Sure.
but he was against slave just for not having a slave.
Yeah.
Back then, if you didn't have a slave, you were a dick to certain
Yeah.
people. So
You were like, put on a mask.
Yeah.
You were that guy. You were like, why
Yeah,
do you have
exactly.
slaves?
yeah,
And they're like, why is this guy making me feel uncomfortable?
yeah. So he hated him because he had slaves and he didn't want one. So he gave him one as a wedding present, like to spite him.
What a dick.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
so Grant made the guy his partner, and
Yeah.
they started a little business together, which he then freed the guy and gave him the business.
Yeah. He
made
would
that
go,
guy's
he would go
life.
work with the slaves.
But
He'd
they-
be out there with them working.
Yeah, he.
And then while he was like financially ruined,
yeah.
he freed his slaves instead of selling them.
But he had one though.
I'm not sure. He might have had one at that
That's
point.
the story. The story I just told you is,
Yeah.
I think, his slave story. I don't think
Yeah.
he had a bunch of them.
He had one slave and he freed him instead of selling him.
But his
And
father-in-law.
he gave him a business that
Yeah.
he had started with him.
Yeah, his father-in-law history fucked him. He was like, yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
Here's
Yeah.
slave.
That's right.
Here's slave.
And then he was in
He
the
did,
army.
absolutely.
He was in the army, and he went. One of his first jobs was outpost near San Francisco. It was in the middle of nowhere. There was no. I mean, it was in the desert of California.
Mm.
He was the only one there, and he was a family man. He loved his family.
He missed his bed.
Missed his family so much, and he started just getting drunk. And somebody came to drop the mail and found him passed out drunk. And that was his only experience with alcohol. He was a very rigidly living guy, and he was known as a drunk for the rest of his life.
Really?
There's
Every
arguments.
time he had a political problem, they'd go, he's drinking.
There's arguments. There's rumors he was fucked up at Shiloh.
because he sat
why.
because he sat under a tree in the rain. They found him sitting under a tree in the rain outside of a military hospital.
It also is funny because Shiloh, he woke up on day 2 of it.
Yeah.
At like the start of day 2, or maybe it was the start of day 1 when it started. He was late to get there, so everybody was like he was hammered. But
What?
if he was hammered, that's very funny to be like, oh shit, there's a war. Like,
So after
up
he
like,
was
they're here.
he had won the Civil War. Started really Reconstruction, really. He was in earnest wanting to get opportunities and equity for black people, equal opportunity for black people. And then he retired and was in New York. He became a New Yorker. He became a big part of this city.
Yeah.
And he had a son named Kermit, who I think his name was Kermit. Who those are 1800s.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Kermit invested
What a fucking great name.
invested his money and all of his father's money with some asshole guy who took it and just left town and just took all of their money, every penny that they had. And so Grant went to visit Vanderbilt, who's outside of the Grand Central Station. There's a great statue of him. I think it was Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Went to the richest man in New York City, who was a hard ass, a guy who didn't care for charity or anything. But he brought what's his name? The sword that was Lee.
Well,
He had Robert E. Lee's sword that he surrendered to him. What? He had his Congressional Medal of Honor and the Bible that he took the oath of office in, and he gave them. He said, "I want to sell these to you because I have no money." And Vanderbilt said, "Jesus Christ, Mr. President,
holy shit,
we're not doing that." He said, I'm going to donate these to the national museums, and I'll give you like he bought them for the nation.
Did he buy his biography? Isn't that what he?
No.
why
So
he
here's
wrote
what
it?
happened with the biography. Is the best part of his story, and it's actually his greatest legacy. But his autobiography is like the greatest ever written.
Yeah.
So. He met two guys on a train. He'd do anything for money at this point. His wife was very young. He was broke after everything he'd been through. He was broke, and his wife was young, and he was going to leave her destitute. So he met two guys on a train. They're like, "Why don't you write your autobiography? We'll pay you $1,000." And he was like, "Done."
What?
Oh,
So then, about a week later, he meets up with. Mark Twain was like his best friend, and Mark Twain said, "Why don't you write your autobiography, your memoirs?" And he said, "I'm doing that for these guys." And he goes, "What are they paying you?" And he goes, $1,000. And he's like, "Dude, what is wrong with you?" And he says, "Give me the book. I'll publish." Because Mark Twain had started his own publishing company because he hated publishers. He said, "I'll publish it and I'll help you write it." And he said, "I promised those two guys." He's like, "Did you sign something?" He goes, "No, but I did. I gave my word." Fuck. So Twain, or his real name, what's his
Clemens.
Travels to. I think he went to see Sherman. He's like, "I need to see somebody who he'll listen to." So he went to visit Sherman, and said, "Please get him to do this." So Sherman wrote a telegram to Grant saying, for the love of God, give the book to Clemens. That's what the thing.
That's awesome.
So he wrote his autobiography, and the remarkable thing about it that I read was that there's like no adjectives in it. It's like all verbs and nouns. The entire book is verbs and nouns because he just says what happened. It's a very well written book, and so Clemens turned it into this special edition that you had to order one. You could get any color you wanted. And it was the first blockbuster book in American history. It made like $500,000 in the first month. Meanwhile, he had a goiter that was growing and growing.
Stogies. You always see him with the stogies?
Died of throat cancer like right as he finished the book.
Whoa.
And then his wife was made for life. Her first check from Twain was like $400,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think wasn't he buried here? And
yes,
this monument,
and he's buried in Grant's tomb in Harlem. And when he died, there was this huge funeral, and it was Northern and Southern soldiers. Southern soldiers were allowed to put back on their Southern uniforms because it was a big thing that his casket was carried by North and South.
It's too bad you can never get away with wearing a Confederate uniform in Harlem these days.
No.
Because that would
Get
be a
away
treat.
with.
Yeah, but he was fucking awesome at when Lee surrendered. He was very it was unconditional surrender.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, you guys are going to fucking give up. But he was like, keep your guns, go home, start rebuilding. Like he could have fucking destroyed the South.
Yeah.
And he was very chill. I think Custer stole the fucking sword. He hated
Did he?
Custer. I think Custer stole Lee's sword.
Is
Maybe
that
he got
right?
it back. But I think the story was Grant wouldn't accept it. Or something along
Wanted
those
him to
lines.
keep it.
And
Yeah, Custer was bloodthirsty guy.
and then on the parade back into Washington,
yeah,
Grant was obviously out front. Custer fucking rode ahead, and Grant was like, "This motherfucker." Custer was the
with his
man.
blonde hair.
If you look into Custer, he was pretty fucking.
Yeah, I
cool.
don't know much about him.
He fucked up Jeb Stuart at Gettysburg, which was pretty cool because Jeb was the man. And he
Don't know
rode
anything
in.
about him.
He was with the Michigan cavalry, and he was like, "Come on, you Wolverines!" and fucking led him into a charge. That's why they're the Michigan Wolverines. All that shit.
So then
It's
you
all
got
cool.
Hayes, who undid all of this cool stuff for black people.
It's all
and politically,
very
just he didn't want to deal with it, so he just did away with it. And then you got fucking who else? Then it goes I don't
Garfield.
know. Then I get Bleary.
Yeah, this is like the Gilded Age is what it's called. It's all
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But this is where shit like it goes from we ended slavery to now just right back into
It
just
was awful.
racism.
Really?
Not slavery, but just every law against them.
Subjugation, just
It
like
just-
it became the same obsession as before,
Yeah.
but without slavery. It just became all about not letting them vote, keeping them off the
And that goes all
ballot.
the way up until like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're
Until
just
yesterday. We
2018,
we figured it out
we
yesterday.
figured it out yesterday. Thank God.
Yeah.
Finally,
Today,
Arkansas.
We got a nice little nation.
Yeah. Louisiana cleaned up their act a little.
True.
And Alabama.
My favorite president, just jumping way the fuck
Yeah.
ahead, is Nixon. Is my favorite.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's the best. And again, as a character,
Yes.
Nixon gave the country one great gift that I wish was like, I wish it was taught, like the speech that Lincoln has on his monument
Oh.
and the ask not what your country and all that shit. The greatest thing that he did, because it speaks more to what Americans live, is that when Nixon was shamed and destroyed and had to leave office, he had to fucking resign. He had to give, after a couple of I'm not a crook and this is all bullshit, he had to go
Yeah.
and say, well,
All right.
I'm going to go and
Still not a cook, but I'm going to get out of here.
Gerald Ford would take the oath of office at this time in this office. And he left. But before he left, he gave a speech to his staff, to the White House staff that was impromptu. It was just on his way to the helicopter. And he's copiously crying in the speech. There's video of it that you can see. You have to try to find the whole thing because there's clips that you can find on YouTube. But I actually ordered from C-SPAN a DVD of the whole speech, and they're all bawling, the whole staff, and his family's standing behind him. And he just tells them, "Look, don't." He's encouraging them. He said, "This is a tough moment for all of us." He said, "First of all, I don't want to discourage young people from being in public service." He was afraid of what would happen.
has happened.
Yes.
He was right.
He said, don't be discouraged from public office. It's a great calling. And he said, and for any mistakes that we made and all everything that's happened, not one person in this administration gained financially from anything, from being here, left richer than when they got here. He made it first, so he defended everybody that was there, and then he just starts reflecting. He reads from Teddy Roosevelt's autobiography, from his diary, when Teddy's wife and mother died at the same night. They both died of cholera or whatever on the same night. He was going from one room to the other.
Oh, yeah.
And they both died, and he was like at 21 or something, and he wrote this quote that was like, "The light has gone out and it'll be darkness forever." And he said, so he read it to his staff, and he said that's how he felt, having lost his wife and his mom. And he went on and had this incredible life. So he's trying to say, so he says, no, don't be discouraged, never be petty, don't hate your enemies, because that's when you'd start to destroy yourself. He gets it really introspective about everything that happened without talking about it. And then he says, it's horrible. He goes, he says, they'll never write a book about my mother, but she was a saint.
Oh, man.
And I think of her like one of his brothers had tuberculosis, and they had no money. So she moved to Arizona where the air was better. And she was a nurse, wet nurse. She nursed other people's babies for money in order that her son could live in Arizona. And he talks about his father, who was a lemon farmer, who had a failing lemon farm, and then he was a switchman on a streetcar. And he just talks about his parents and what they did for him and all that shit. He just cries. Oh, it's fucking beautiful, but it shows you a man at the height of American experience, destroyed from that height, which is the worst thing that can happen to a person, is to get that high and fall. And he just went, here's how this feels. He just told the world, this is how this feels. This is what this looks like. Yeah. And here's all I can say. And then he went and then he left. Incredible. I mean, he was one of the most influential people in American history.
Yeah. He ended Vietnam, right?
Yes.
That was already about done.
He was fucking Eisenhower's vice president.
There's a guy we know that's a bit of a conspiracy guy, but he's been pretty correct on everything so far, and he's got a book coming out on Watergate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And about how that was a little darker than it seemed. Like
so I knew a guy back when I was first living in the city as a comedian. There was a guy named Frank Gannon who had Frank Gannon wrote speeches for Nixon and was a very close friend of his. And weirdly, he became the guy who books the comedians on Letterman. And when I moved to New York back in 1990 or so, being on Letterman was all anybody wanted. So Gannon was the most important person in comedy at the time. And he was a strange guy who was very serious. And he would just come and he'd watch you. And if he liked you, he'd get Morty to come and maybe you'd be on the show. So he liked me. He never got me on the show, but he liked me. So I went to Letterman's office and met him. And I asked him about Nixon because he wrote, Nixon has one big biography called RN that Gannon co-wrote. And he told me that when you get a few drinks in Nixon, he says the same people that got the Kennedys got me. It's the same people that got. Yeah, he said it's the same machine.
Whoa.
That took out.
Yeah,
John and Robert
Kennedy
came after him. He said they just couldn't use bullets anymore because it was getting too. They were
That's
on
exactly what we said.
Yeah.
We said that without him.
Watergate was. He said Watergate was something that happened all the time. It was just like, and still does. I mean, it's not like oh my goodness. It's how things are done.
Yeah,
it's a safe with $1 million in it. What president doesn't have a safe with $1 million?
Yeah.
It was.
So that's Nixon's story. That was Nixon's story. He didn't say it in public, because the same as he conceded the presidency to Kennedy, which Kennedy stole. I mean, everyone knows that his father took suitcases of money to delegations and stole the presidency, and Nixon knew it, and he was like, "I'm not gonna. That's not good for the country to get into it." That's why he resigned instead of standing trial, and that's why he doesn't talk about that's the story, you know.
Yeah. That's
wild,
a good most interesting president.
Most interesting, I think, to me. Yeah, I mean, Johnson was also a fascinating guy.
Yeah.
Johnson was, and Reagan was kind of an empty-headed genius, incredible, knows how to just be. As long as somebody else is in the room, Reagan was brilliant. But I'm not sure he had any thoughts. You know what I mean? There's people like that.
Yeah, he was like an actor that was like, I guess I'll be a Republican while he was there. And then... Which was pretty admirable at the time, because he was actually no, it wasn't, because it was in the middle of the Red Scare. He was like one of the guys being like, "You're a communist," and he just became the man.
My favorite film of Reagan is Larry King interviewing him after he was shot, and saying, "So what do you feel about this guy?" And he said, "Well, I just pray for him. He's a sick man. He's just." You know, I found out later that he's sick. He's mentally ill. So we add him to our prayers, and we hope for the best for him. And he says it with this big.
He's like, we're fucking that guy up. Yeah. I hope he's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
I think that should be it, right?
Yeah. I think that's about enough.
You had fun.
Yeah, it was good. Why are you accusing me of having fun? Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for doing it,
you.
man.
Sure. Thanks for asking. It's
Thank you.
fun.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we're not gonna do ads on the next one. We gotta do ads on this
Let's
one.
do it. Yeah.
Can't do ads on the next one.
No, dude.
In the middle of that, you can't drop an ad.
No.
So, Man Shane's Secret Podcast is brought to you by Hawthorne. I bet you think it really stinks in here, and it did. But now we've got Hawthorne. What the fuck? What?
Why are they saying we stink?
Why did they
dude?
say? And it did. But now we've got Hawthorne to make us look good, feel good, and smell good. Hawthorne makes it quick and easy to be your best with skincare and hair care made just for you. I don't know what I need to. I didn't know what I needed, so I took their fucking quiz. It's super easy, and after answering questions like how much do I sweat and how dry is my skin, they made me a custom box of products.
Oh yeah.
Boys,
Yeah, the quiz. We took the quiz.
how'd the cream make you feel? How'd this cologne smell?
I'll tell you what.
Hawthorne in this email said, boys,
Boys.
how'd the cream make you feel?
No, you don't want to know. I can't talk. That's
How'd that
triple X, dude. I can't talk about.
I'll tell you
that.
how the cream felt. Made me jizz all over myself. And I had to shower.
I'll tell you what. I used to like Manscaped when I remember reading Manscaped's ad, and I was like, I love Manscaped. Stuff sucks. I like Hawthorne, dude.
Hey,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I like Manscaped.
Hawthorne's the best, dude.
I did, yeah, I've been using. I
mean,
was
dude.
just about to start endorsing
Oh yeah, true.
Hawthorne.
Dude, Hawthorne's where
let me
it's-
tell you something, you motherfucker. Hawthorne stands by their customers, so if you're not completely satisfied, they'll retailer your products for free based on your feedback and pay for the shipping. So there's truly no risk at all.
That's the Hawthorne way.
Normally, when you're buying cream and cologne,
Yeah.
there's a pretty high risk.
Oh yeah.
Right now, there's no risk.
Not at all,
All
dude.
right.
Not at all, dude. Look
So
at my
make
face.
sure.
I've been using the face wash, dude. Look at that.
Really,
Clean, dude. Touch me.
I haven't
I
even gotten
beg you,
that. I haven't
touch
even
me.
received my sample.
Somebody touch me. I beg you.
So make. I'll rub you.
It's good.
So
I haven't
make-
do their cologne. Maybe we should put on a lot of their cologne before we go to our other
To our friend's house.
spray ourselves.
So make sure you're ready for anything or anyone that comes your way by taking Hawthorne's quiz today. So make sure
True.
you're ready to fucking, if you're in Walmart,
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure you're ready for anybody.
True.
Go
You
to
smell good.
hawthorne.co and use promo code DRENCHED to get 10% off your first purchase. That's Hawthorne, HAWTHORNE.co, promo code DRENCHED. Hawthorne.co, promo code DRENCHED.
Yeah, you want to smell good and it's good. You get them smell goods going on.
You got this one?
Lucy,
Yes.
guys, just give me some rap about Lucy. Like you know the favorite flavors.
I love it. Mango's my shit because although I'm addicted to it, I'm still a fucking fruity guy. I'm still a bit of a fruit man.
Yeah, you want to enjoy it
You got to be healthy when you're doing it.
for sure.
That's how I get my fruits.
Yeah, so you guys know the deal. If you're addicted to nicotine,
That's a funny joke.
If you're addicted to nicotine, go to Lucy.
I know
guys.
that doesn't work.
Lucy's
Sorry.
safe. It's the chemical. They isolate the chemical nicotine and make it taste yummy.
They make it taste good. So
Yeah.
not only are the chemical itself is addicting, they give it a good taste
Exactly.
to make it even more fucking enjoyable.
Exactly. That's all we can do now is just enjoy ourselves, guys.
Yeah.
So, guys, check out the full line of products at lucy.co and use the promo code DRENCHED at checkout. That's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code DRENCHED. And if you're a listener from Canada, Lucy is now available at ca.lucy.co. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, but also that's why you like it.
That's why you like it, and that's why
you
it's
like
fun.
it. And probably the baby was probably on nicotine when he had that quick reaction time to get that guy.
True.
He probably has some
You ever
chaw.
play Red Dead?
Yeah,
You
I
can
played.
take tobacco to.
Can you really?
You can take Lucy to fucking.
The golden eye.
Yeah, there's a lot of yeah.
So, guys, I'm gonna be on my fucking dumb tour
Ooh.
forever. I'm gonna be on the road forever.
Here I go again.
So, April 28th to 30th. That's this weekend. I'll be in Indianapolis.
That's
Tickets
good.
are going fast. There's some tickets left, I think. May 6th, I'll be in Manchester, England. May 8th, Leeds, England. May 9th, Glasgow, Scotland. May 12th, Dublin. 13th, London. 13th, London. So this has been a big confusion for a lot of people. The first show is at Leicester Square. I believe it's sold out. The second one is at O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire. Don't worry about what fucking time it says on the tickets or whatever. Just get there at night and wait. I think that's the first like real theater I've ever headlined.
Really?
London. So
In
yeah,
London, too?
please come to that. Because if that doesn't sell out, I'm gonna feel like a fucking doofus.
You got to get Jason Statham out too.
Oh, I will.
Get Statham out, dude.
It's like, yo, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Yo. June 3rd through 5th, Philly. Already sold out, not a big deal. June 6th through 11th, Brea, California, whatever. St. Louis, Austin, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Brisbane, Australia, Sydney, Australia, Adelaide, Australia, Perth, Melbourne. Let's go.
Ooh, my goodness.
I'm
And
gonna-
then what?
And then I'm dead.
Yeah, true.
After that whole tour, then I will be dead.
Mummify your remains, dude. Place you in the fucking hallway at Helium just as a mummy. Be tight. Dude, Bananas Comedy Club. That's the big one. That's the end. That's the absolute end of my just wicked run, dude. One show a month for 4 months.
Where are you going?
Bananas. Rutherford.
How is this not? It's sold out.
I
It's
don't
gotta
know.
be.
I'm bringing Sid and Butterly, so it'll be nice. We're going to do stand-up.
Oh,
And
shit.
at the end of it, we'll just do
You're
a
going to do
little,
a bit of a live Stoner Dad, but just never to be seen again. Live.
little live, dude. A little. At the end of the shows, we'll have a nice.
Oh,
Me and
that's-
Sid have been having
That's
fun.
this
doing it.
weekend.
Yeah, this weekend. Bananas.
It's
Bananas Comedy Club, North Jersey. I mean, dude, New York. You
It's
have
not
no
sold
excuse.
out yet, so
No,
get
not at
tickets.
all. Not at all. I don't think it's close, but it'll be fun.
It's
going
a
to be
new
fun.
room. That's why.
Yeah,
I thought it was the tiny room.
is it the new room?
The other one used to be in. It's not the one by Dad.
It's not in the
Da
most.
Bing, da Bada Bing.
Really?
Now you're at it's somewhere else. Well, it's Rutherford,
Whatever. This will be
which
fun.
is right next to it.
It'll be fun. Dude, I've been having me and Sid the kid have been having a good time.
Yeah.
So we'll get the Butterly man, dude. It'll be a good show. Gardini. We'll have the absolute SS himself, superstar
Oh,
SS Gardini.
the old SS officer.
SS
Sean Gardini.
Gardini.
I was disappointed no one yelled Adolf at Chris when he got on
Someone
stage.
did, I think.
Someone yelled.
Someone
All
hit
right.
him with a
I went
sponge.
outside to hear. Yes, he gets hit with a
Yeah.
sponge.
No,
still.
he got hit with turd, I think, actually.
Turd's one
Turd's
that's
the
that's
vintage.
tough.
That means you're
TBT.
super. That means you're
True,
an
yeah.
OG fan.
True.
Also, I would like to get Gus the Groundhog going for Nate Marshall.
Nice.
That's what I was thinking about. I'd like for him to be called Gus.
That'd be nice.
Gus the Groundhog. That's his rap name. What do you got?
The Drip at the Stand, Wednesday, May 4th at 7 p.m. That one's going to be fun. It's on my Instagram.
Nice.
And then the Doghouse at Sesh, Friday, May 13th. Friday the
That'll be
13th,
great.
very spooky.
That will be a spooky
Get on
time.
there.
Guys, we're about to go do something could change our lives forever.
True.
Thank
Whoa.
you for listening.
Adios. Yeah, mine's a condenser mic as well. So
Mine's state of the art.
that is pretty tight. Where'd you get that thing?
Office Max, dude. It's like a little
Thing's tight.
podcast, boy.
Yeah, it's not
What
that.
is something funny about this,
There's nothing funny about that mic.
dude? Ever since Roni's, you've had a bad attitude, dude.
See that?
Look at my fucking life, dude. This is my ballin' kitchen. Yo, shout out to fucking politics.
Shout out Biden, dude.
Shout out Biden, dude. He's
I
our
need
king.
Biden to win. We need Biden.
We need
to
a
get in there.
good Biden,
Yeah.
dude.
Business as usual.
Look at that fucking. This is where I scope the girls. I stare at all the girls, dude.
Let me see some girls.
Dude, they're down in the pool. They're down.
Oh.
Damn, the baby girls are laughing, frolicking, dude.
Are they splashing each other?
They're splashing.
You need to go drop a can opener. Can opener in the pool, dude.
Should I run down there and go, jackknife? Call out the jackknife midair.
Dude, if that was me, I'd be ripping a can opener right now, dude. Biggest splash. Show
I
him
might
that
go down
splash,
there.
dude. Huh?
True.
Just cover your face and fall in backwards.
If I went down there and hit a cannonball,
Oh my god.
the water would be like, it would really, it's not that big a pool. It would like actually disrupt the pool. If I ran down there and crushed.
Go down there and do a whirlpool.
Oh, it makes me laugh
Fucking
so
one-
hard, dude.
Just whirlpool them, dude. Just start running. Whirlpool.
Yeah, it's fucking Biden also has that like geezer face, like where he's like while he was getting confronted, he was like, and I was like, dude, I wonder how old he has geezer face where he's like,
Oh my god. Oh, it's the thought of people missing your facial expressions for the last 2 or 3 years. It's just the worst thing in the world to think about.
Fucking he looks like
Oh.
the geezer face. If you're just listening to the audio of this, is it's fucking Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. Watch the next time they argued. Biden goes full fucking angry geezer, dude.
Holy fuck.
It's the same fucking face my grandma made when she and I fought over the fucking ice. The ice. I was getting her ice, and she was like, "Get out of here."
Oh my god. Yeah, that is a very real face, dude. It's like they like when someone walks by them, their heads rattle and they following the person. It's like
Like they're in a fighter jet, dude.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
Jackson, you
Pushing it.
motherfucker.
He's pushing it out, dude. I must.
Shoo him upstairs, dude. Wait till look at his fat ass, dude. He was calling me fat. Look at his thick butt when he runs up the steps, dude.
And you could go out to the Ozarks or something and set up this beautiful tent and have the trunk of your car full of supplies. You could probably just kick back there for until this whole thing's over. Have a fishing rod.
I get a cabin in like Montana, like a small shed, and start mailing bombs.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't joke around about that though. Because, they'll come and get you just for kidding around about that. I was watching the Ted Kaczynski. Don't do. Maybe clarify that you're just joking. Real quick. Yeah. Or maybe even
mailing pipe bombs.
Or elder statesman here. Maybe even just edit that part out, Shane. I don't know. I would.
You can josh about bombs as long as you're not on an airplane. You're free to josh
bombs.
about bombs.
Okay, I don't know. I get nervous about these sorts of things. Joking about these types of things. But,
like mailing powder and stuff.
Yeah, I just think I'd rather joke about sardines.
Yeah, that's fair.
Since we met in December, she was a working girl, and I was.
Where'd she work?
A man of.
Where did she work?
Pep
Like
Boys?
Home Depot?
On the streets.
Lowe's?
A working girl.
She was
I'm
like
not
a
familiar
street
with the
performer,
term.
like a mime.
Like a silver robot.
No, like a. Tell me what word to use, baby. They're stupid.
I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Huh,
Like a
prostitute?
hard-working girl.
A prostitute. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So now,
Oh,
Gotcha.
I heard about those.
I'm sorry, baby. Don't ever reschedule these dudes. All right. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about, dude? This has been a killer interview. What are you talking about, dude?
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
I like.
Oh, nice.
Well, Shane, you got any more? Any other hard hitters?
What?
I was asking Shane if you had any hard hitting questions for you.
I think there was one rumor about you where people were dumping on you through hammocks.
Yeah.
Is that
A
true?
sexual thing? A sexual thing?
Yeah, where people were taking shits on you.
A sexual thing, right?
Yeah, sexual dumps, not like just like
What,
you know.
Not like
Sanitation.
gross stuff.
what the fuck? Business.
It's a rumor. I just wanted to ask.
Well, no, I'm
I
saying.
think it's
who
cool.
cares? What
I
the
think it's
fuck
awesome.
business is it, if anybody's? If it's
True.
a sexual thing, good God. Did I ask you about your sexual life?
Yes,
I mean,
almost
I would-
immediately.
I'll tell you.
Have you ever
Literally
licked-
immediately.
Have you
asked me
ever
about it.
licked an asshole?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
have you sodomized another human being?
Yes.
And how do you feel about that? You
I'm
know?
pretty excited
And-
about it. I like it.
None of your fucking business what I do in bed.
Nah,
I
we just
promise
got
you.
chat.
Fair answer.
I promise you, if we were to divulge me and my present and past wives, girlfriends, and associates, the truth of our sexual relationship, it would make that sound so fucking kindergarten.
That's
Yes.
awesome, dude.
All
That's
right?
awesome. You're talking about you've got dumped on from higher up in a hammock and had the mega
Oh,
splat.
Jesus Christ Almighty! I mean,
Owners.
Oh, fuck. Tightwads.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think they might be next level. I got some insider information, dude.
Yeah.
I got some
They are next-
insider information because I was worried because I was like, oh, damn, but all these comedy clubs are going to close. I was talking to my tightwads from LA, my agents.
My tight ones. My
I was talking
TWs.
about tightwads.
god. What the TWT say, dude? Tightwad team.
Referring to my team, I got some new tightwads. I just signed with a new agency. Please let me get in trouble for calling Jewish people tightwads.
I might have to pause. I wish I had the capability of making that like public access like rainbow thing right now, like pause emergency broadcasting, dude. Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
Especially the Alex Jones voice, tightwad. What do you think of your agents? Tightwads.
Trump. Next level. Did you say next level? Next level. Moses.
So he's got his shoes on. He's picking black shoes right now. Clearly to aid in the illusion. Dude. Oh, I know. He's putting his feet together. He's going to sneak up his one heel. I see. This is Mind Freak. Watch where he's going to put his toe.
So funny you can't hear us.
He's going to put his toe out of frame, right? And lift both heels. It looks like
He just got on his tippy toes barely.
No, I didn't.
Stumbled.
Dude, what are you talking about? I fucking bloated.
Oh fuck! How do I end this live stream? All right, here we go.
Are we ending the whole thing, or no? You want
No,
to
we-
wrap up,
let's
dude? Keep Jordan. And let's do a wrap up, dude.
Hold on, we can get Luch out of here.
You put me into bed.
All right, hold on. All right,
We're gonna tell you a bedtime story, Luch. Jordan, get back in bed. Pop that top.
Jordan, put us to sleep. Dude. Tell
Do
us
it for the
tell us a
boys.
Canterbury tale. Get back in that room and tell us a Canterbury tale. Go to bed, Jordan. Let
Jordan,
us see
get
you-
to bed.
Dude, it's bedtime, dude. We're gonna watch you all night.
Yeah, just sleep like this, dude. We'll keep an eye on you.
Just chill. We're gonna watch.
Fuck
We
you, I
got-
sat downstairs with a beer, and Mrs. like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, where's she at?
She's downstairs, she's not having nothing to do with this.
Oh.
Shenanigans.
I didn't tell you this. I've been battling my smoke detectors.
That's a tough battle.
I woke up. I got woken up. I resolved. Well, for now, I resolved the issue. I got to buy a new one.
You
but
probably have a haunted house. Those things pick up ghosts.
They must, dude. I woke up the one morning, 5 a.m., just full. This thing in my room is screaming, just full, setting off all the other
Oh,
ones.
you got a kid.
Yeah, dude. So I'm
Woke
like,
the fucking kid up.
dude, exactly. It's a whole dude. There's like my dogs too. Dude, it fucks my dogs up the most. My dogs came up freaking out. Jackson will have like diarrhea.
The
If
whole
this shit
family
happens-
fell apart.
dude.
A smoke alarm can take down your family unit.
I just reacted. Yeah, the family's bugging, dude. I just reacted, dude. I
I'm
just
sure, literally, I'm positive the whole family is crushed by these smoke
Well,
alarms.
exactly. So I'm like, Brittany, cover her ears because I don't know how loud this shit is. So I run downstairs and before I even know what I'm doing, I'm upstairs. I have the ladder. I hit myself in the knee with the ladder in the hallways. I'm like running in the dark. I open the ladder. I take the smoke detector down, and I was fucking naked, dude. I was
Dick
balls
out.
naked on this ladder, just disassembling the wire nuts. And then I look down. Brittany has like a flashlight flashing on me.
On the penis.
It's a full emergency Tennis, dude.
Oh.
So it's like my Tennis in the midst of an emergency. And then I don't know if you ever put a flashlight to your pubes. They're just like horrible.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
pube shadows
Yeah,
on
the
my
shadow
thigh.
is huge.
Oh,
It's a giant
dude.
shadow.
Yeah.
So it accentuates your pubes, but somehow your penis remains
Dude.
accentuated.
Well, I also had put on my sneakers to like ground me, so I didn't have so I wasn't barefoot to metal.
You were wearing like sneakers?
I'm working hot,
So
bro.
you looked like a porn. Like you were in a porn. You were wearing sneakers,
Yeah,
dong out,
exactly.
on a ladder.
Bush. I was in like a
How's
19.
that bush?
It's pretty wicked right
Fuck,
now.
I forgot to trim my bush. But there's a girl who's been acting like a dog. She's been crawling around like a dog.
Oh, like
She's like a horse girl, except it's a dog girl.
Yeah. What about her?
Something. There's something there.
Look,
I'm not saying I'm jerking off to it.
Of course, dude.
Nothing like
Of
that.
course not.
But I was
I'd have to
supposed to.
kill you. I'd have
I
to
saw
kill you,
this
dude.
video and I was supposed to hate it.
Who sent it to you?
It's kind of been circulating. Has anybody seen this girl acting like a dog? She's like drinking out of a bowl in the mall.
Okay.
Wild.
Yeah.
Find out how old she is before we continue, though.
We're talking about a girl who's acting like a dog, dude.
Yeah.
Although
but
to cover
we're not
bases,
taking
we
it.
should ID the tape.
We should ID this.
Well, you've pretty much already told on yourself.
I certainly did. No, I don't remember. Pants off, panting, huh? Pretty good. We got there. Nice.
In front of the sled.
Fucking embarrassing.
Dude, you got the leash, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm
Makes me
very, very.
truly makes me uncomfortable.
I am very grateful to be able to do it full time now. But I mean, it's still really.
Did it for me,
dude. Watching girls watch VR porn. So it's like, dude,
Damn.
so many levels.
And
of
it
POV.
covers up their ugly faces.
I mean, I thought this girl seemed like she was all right, but no, it just covers up their. Why do you think she's ugly? You're being mean, dude.
What do you mean?
Have some respect, dude. This is
Most
have some
of the-
respect for the
If
Russian.
a girl's doing weird porn, she's ugly.
Have some respect for the Russian sex slave that I masturbated to the other day.
What do you think she was looking at? Freedom?
What
What do you think was in her VR? Her hometown of Smolnyatsk?
She was just watching like Ratatouille. Some guy was like, "Do this or I'll kill you." But no, it was just a lady watching. I don't know what she was watching, but she had a massive dildo. So I was watching this. I mean, I was like, because it's like, what POV am I? Am I the guy creeping over the ledge watching? Am I the girl? Am I in the girl's brain? So I was like thinking, like, damn,
Am I the girl?
I could jerk off thinking about what a girl's masturbating to, thinking about the girl thinking that up. I was on some like Inception shit, dude. Yeah,
Absolute Inception.
I was like, all right, what is this girl watching? So I'm like figuring out. So I'm projecting my own porn in my
So
brain.
you were jerking off thinking to what makes a girl horny?
Yeah,
So
or
you're
like,
kind of jerking off to the sexual, like you were jerking off to men.
so this is where it gets hazy.
So
This
you
is
were
why I
like,
wanna bring
oh,
it up.
girls think this is hot, and you were thinking like thick dicks.
Pretty much, dude. I was sitting there. It only lasted for like 4 minutes because I had to get this out. But it was like as I was going on, I was
never gonna be able to use my mom's car again.
I was-
Dude. I'm fucked.
I was fully female kin.
Yeah.
I fully left my male body and was I was basically like the end of the Little Dicky video. I was Kylie Jenner. And I was like,
You're
let me
gonna
explore my body. Yeah, dude. I was in a
You
full
are
girl mode.
fucking space cadet.
That's what dude, it obviously the color of the dildo too. It was a big black dildo. So in my head, I was just going through like all the blacked videos I'd watch, and I was like, no, it's not that one. No, it might be that.
Found it.
Might be the substitute music teacher.
Might be those two boxers.
I had it, dude. I had it.
Those boxers, those two boxers had their way with that reporter, and boy, did I enjoy that.
Come on. I can't believe you're joking right now, dude. My fucking brother's in CBD rehab for CBD.
What?
Yeah.
Was he just too
not
relaxed?
A time for laughs. This is not a time for laughs, dude.
Were his joints not inflamed?
No, dude. So he drives a bus. So CBD has a
Drives a bus.
CBD has a tiny trace amount of THC in it because the hemp plant is legal. So in order to be a legal hemp plant, it only can have, I think, 0.3% THC, which, per gram of hemp is 3 milligrams of THC, which is enough to trigger a drug test. So it's like, but if you're driving a bus, say you have fucking shoulder pain, you could have like your eyes just closing on fucking Percocets and Xanax as long as you have a script and you could legally drive a bus. But if you happen to have trace amounts of THC, they're like, you can't do that. And he was like, dude, this is fucking bullshit. Like, I don't do any drugs. I don't drink. I just take CBD oil. I don't want to take fucking, opiates, blah, blah, blah. So they were like, all right, we understand what you're saying, but for formality's sake, you have to go to a rehab. So he has to go to like not an inpatient. Like he has to just go and do like a program basically. Dude, so he goes in there. Dude, it's so fucking funny.
Jesus.
So he goes in there for CBD, dude. Has to do a fucking thing that costs God knows how much fucking money.
Damn,
this
he has to
costs.
go to like a patient first.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, what are those called?
I used to, when in high school when I got called. What is it
Urgent
called?
care? Yeah.
No,
He has to go- no, I was saying he has to go to urgent care.
It's an urgent care rehab, dude. And it's like, and this is how social work works, where it's like everyone's writing these grants, and then someone's like, here's $50,000, and you're like, woo, and everyone just goes on to it, dude. So it's like, he shows up, he's like, hey, my job's making me go here, or it's for CBD, and the lady's just like, these things happen. Come on in.
Oh.
They're just like, yo, we're getting fucking
That's so embarrassing.
10 G's. I mean, he's like, whatever. I mean, it's not as embarrassing as going in there for like fucking smoking meth and shit. At least he can go in there and be like, look, I have to be here.
Which is what everybody says.
True. He
Which
might.
is
He
like,
could
look,
be.
I'm not like one of these fucking CBD. I was doing
Dude,
math.
so it's like you go in there and they're trying to keep it a little safe now because like you have to go for one orientation in person and then you get to Zoom. But they have this. It's set up where like
He's doing Zoom rehab for CBD,
so
he can drive a bus.
So
Jeez.
So the first day he was there was an in-person orientation, but there are people who are Zooming who are on screens. So it was like him and like 4 or 5 other people, and then there was a 60-year-old black dude on a screen, and they're all the ladies are like, all right, everyone, we're gonna take a break, so like cut your camera off or whatever, and we'll come back. The dude cut his camera off, didn't cut his mic. So he put the fucking old guy while they're on break.
Sounded like Lil Wayne was about to come on. He just started lighting up.
No. He started fapping. So they're all in this room. My brother's in IRL. He's there in real life in CBD rehab with other people who happen to do heroin and methamphetamine. And he's like, you hear like,
no.
Everyone's like, it's his dog. There's no way he's fat. My brother's like, that guy's jerking off, man. And everyone's like, no, there's no fucking way. And then you just hear the
Holy
guy
shit.
go, oh.
Holy shit. They heard him.
They heard him come.
No.
Yeah. And then
try to play it cool and come back on.
So he has no idea anyone heard this because he's not in the room with anybody. He's just on a Zoom screen. So the ladies are like, all right, everybody come back. And he's like, oh, what's up, y'all? How was everybody's break?
Then if people saw that photo like in ancient times, they'd be like, it's a demon.
It looks like
It's a demon.
I look like a guy who somehow got fat in a concentration camp. Wait a second.
Kept stealing all the extra gruel.
What the fuck? I just have like 9 hats. Like, how'd that fat guy get 9 hats?
This guy's killing it in here. Damn.
Oh,
True.
man. Yeah.
I like that idea of just a entrepreneur in a concentration camp.
They were
Just
in
a
there.
Gary V in there.
A couple people were doing it up.
Just a pure Gary V in a concentration camp. Like, you need to work harder. I'm going to outwork everybody here.
Yeah, that was kind of.
That's not a great bit. We apologize.
That
We
was
got a few
kinda
more
crushing.
days of goofing.
Shout out to the Jews, dude. I love the Jews, man. I do.
Nice.
I love the Jews.
That's good.
I've been doing a lot of research.
The
Shout
Jews
out
rule. I've been saying, listen to the old
We've been
cast.
saying, don't call me,
I have.
You already said my body was disgusting. Don't make me an anti-Semite.
First off, we both know
Jews.
Jews do rock.
They rule.
They rock.
They rule.
And
No, they rule hard as fuck.
Yeah. First off, I never, we've talked about this.
I don't know why I have to frame this conversation this way. We can just say they rule.
No, but I never cared about Jews.
True.
Then all of a sudden I moved to the big city and everybody's got an opinion on Jewish people, which is strange to me.
I was in New York.
Here too. Any
That's
city.
what the
You go
Statue
to a
of Liberty
city.
was originally donated for.
For what?
The light. It was supposed to let them. No, I'm kidding. It was given to us by the French, but yeah, I'm just
know.
kidding. Yeah, I'm joking.
Fuck, I forget where I was going with this.
New York
Anyway,
City-
Jews rock. That's what
Up
he
to
was
no
saying.
good, basically.
Yeah.
He was saying the Jews are up to no good.
And the real Jews is Deshaun Jackson.
Is he really a black Israelite? I think he's just a fan
Obviously,
of
if
Farrakhan.
he's tossing shit like that
No,
around,
he's
he's,
a Farrakhan
he's
head.
dabbling.
Farrakhan does not like Jewish people.
Who, the termites?
The termites?
That's what he's called them. Yes. He said they rot countries out. He calls Jews termites.
That's also funny for a guy like Farrakhan is be going and doing his thing, researching, and like someone shows him YouTube, and he's like, "Behold, troves of information." The Anunnaki.
Yeah, it's like the Library of Baghdad is here. It is upon us. What is this, YouTube? Quick, give me a microphone. Jews are termites. My brother.
Well, dude,
Deshaun Jackson's just running a fucking.
He has. Did you ever watch? Like he'll give talks. He's a fantastic speaker.
You've told me
love
you've brought
watching
Farrakhan.
I love
yes.
watching Farrakhan.
You've been a stan of Farrakhan
Dude, watch
for a while.
Farrakhan on Donahue in the '90s was it's one of the funniest. It's on YouTube. It's one of the funniest moments of TV because back then it was like white people felt perfectly comfortable being like, "Go back to Africa." Like, there's people like you like this country. Go back like just across from the crowd and like it's just Farrakhan and all of his acolytes and like the fucking in the bean pie
Ridiculous
setup.
outfits.
They stand up and they're just like. And they're like, sit down, my brother. Relax. They don't know what to do, dude. But he slams the lady at the end of it. He slams. He doesn't even. It's not even that bad. But he crushes this lady's like, I'm Jewish, and you see him. He's sitting cross-legged up on the stage. He's like, I'm glad you brought that up. And the dude fucking eviscerates her, dude. This was before YouTube too.
This is before
Payment's not
coming.
Payment's
Ball
not
is
real.
coming. Do you deny the Holy Trinity?
My house?
Yeah, I don't like devil movies, man. I never got into them.
They're retarded. Why
I mean,
get
they're
scared like
terrifying.
that? Why get scared like
They're
that?
terrifying.
Why get scared?
Yeah.
It's not scary if you accept payment. It's more of a fun movie if you enjoy payment. Are we
Do
on?
you see,
Lemaire?
like, this, for real, this shit is
Oh,
scary.
we're on.
For real, this
Yeah,
is scary.
no shit.
What, payment?
Like
That'd be
you're
funny if you
joking.
got devil hot
You're
mic.
joking like, oh, dude, I'm not.
It's
really
like some
that-
weird Hollywood
yeah.
shit to be like cool and joking about.
I'm
the
joining.
devil.
Yes, I told you guys day one.
You're joining, yeah.
First chance I get, I'm joining the pedophilia satanic cult.
How do you get in? That'd be kind of annoying to like try to get into the pedophilia elite, and they're like,
I'm not
"Dude,
trying
we
to get.
We don't do it. It's like, come on,
Yeah. Sure you don't.
come on.
It would suck to get your fucking dick mogged by a kid sex slave though.
Pretty sure that's why
You know what I mean?
Epi fucked with the little ones, dude.
Yeah.
He had that.
Some sex slave kid with
Did you
a
see
hog.
Did you see?
I've never seen it. I just heard it's
on the thing. It
very
said he had
small.
an egg-shaped bird.
very small.
Yeah, I heard he had an egg shape.
Yeah.
They tried to hit Trump with the egg shape. Didn't they hit him with a
Dude.
extreme
There's
mushroom?
scientific proof proving that's wrong.
Trump's huge.
Yeah.
They
Billy says the picture of him getting spray tanned is fake.
Doctored.
Well, they showed his bird.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen
Oh
that?
yeah, that is.
You haven't seen that picture?
Yeah,
They have a
Hilarious.
picture of his microbird
Yeah.
getting
It's
spray
hilarious.
tanned. That's
Dude,
actually
please
pretty
don't
awesome.
say it's a microbird though.
That's pretty. I mean, that's a funny. That is like a very serious political attack to someone to show you like with a microbird, and it's like, yo, it's all over, dude. Polls are low.
Stormy said he had an anchor.
So he had a bell end, bro.
Yeah, they said he had a mushroom tip. She said it was like a freakish mushroom tip, though.
Fuck, that's powerful.
I heard that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
who cares, dude?
yeah, definitely. There's not a lot of sperm competition going on with DJ.
Yeah, he's with DJ's
He's
winning.
plunging. He's plunging everything.
Eastern
out.
Bloc women, dude, ruins them.
What does?
It's kind of
Trump.
weird. Just dating Russian women is kind of weird. That's kind of
It's
strange.
the most alpha.
It's kind
you
of
can
alpha,
get.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Jones
think
does
so?
it. Trump does it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
It's not weird.
It's a weird type of. It's a weird strain of like I'm just into Russians. To me, I think it's kind of weird.
Well, Eastern Europeans,
Well, I guess okay. So he's
Yeah.
he's into like the.
Bulgaria,
The former Soviets.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He loves the former Workers' Party.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I shouldn't say the president. I shouldn't attack the president. I
Yeah,
shouldn't PA the
don't.
president.
You just PA'd him. That
shouldn't
actually
PA the
might be his OL, which, by the way, that's the highest form of PA is an OL.
What's OL?
Which is an off limit.
Oh,
Everybody has OLs.
Yeah.
Everybody has one or two OLs.
Mine's devil shit.
Everybody has
Hail
OL.
Payman?
Yeah.
Hail him. Look, dude, look to the northwest. Find him.
Bill, I dare you to watch
Suck my
Heredity.
cock. No,
I
I'll never
dare you
watch
to
it.
watch
Find
Heredity.
Payman.
you have to combat the devil. You have to beat the devil, Bill.
How about I don't? I don't partake.
You
in
can't
that
ignore him, dude.
Yeah, you
Silence.
have to.
Like,
live a
Bill, I'm
positive
telling you,
Silence
like,
is consent.
watch
True.
Heredity
Yeah.
and then remember that he's doing this.
Yeah.
And it'll fucking terrify.
I'll never do it.
You got to confront the devil, dude.
We don't need to do that.
Bill would
shit.
be a good
All
vessel.
that's
for
what you guys
Payman.
don't understand. All the devil is
Bill would be-
you who took a wrong path.
You would be a
That's
good.
a negative entity. That is you that took a wrong path.
You would be a good vessel for
This is
Payman.
what-
Look at that, dude. He's
Yeah,
a
this
unit.
I should flip the fucking table right
You,
now.
That'd be
I
very
mean, dude, if
Payman.
you saw the movie, you might.
You know who would like you flipping the table?
Who?
Payman.
Payment can suck cock, dude.
Well, you shouldn't talk about him that way, but perhaps.
It's one of those fucking movies where like the person turns and then there's like a dude in the shadows.
Oh,
It's terrifying
yeah, that is
shit.
so
And then I'm
scary.
laying
Every night I
in
go
my
to
bed,
sleep, I
like,
think
oh,
about
I'm
that.
cool. I'm cool. Shane's kind of weird for doing this.
Hail him. all right, chill.
I was watching that show high, and I was just like, I was like sitting there like, what do you do if she doesn't like dinosaurs?
I was watching
I was
it
convinced, dude. I was like, I definitely have this.
and was fully like, damn, dude, I look like if an Australian is retarded, they just look like me. Somebody was like, how can you tell if someone's retarded if they have an Australian accent?
Yeah.
Because they all sound retarded. They're like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, the regular Australians are just like tan, hot people.
Yeah.
And then if you're retarded, you just look exactly like me.
If you don't look like a model, it's no just there's
It's
no
either, dude,
delineation.
pale, frumpy motherfuckers that stayed inside. No, yeah, everybody's gonna be talking about this show. It's literally a show designed for.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
it's a
weird,
trap.
dude. It is weird.
It's a trap, dude. I was watching and I'm like, I have pretty loose morals, and I was like, I don't know if you should
Yeah.
be doing this, man. This is
Also,
like,
teaming them up, making them date each other. It's like, dude, that's why we have fucking weird sex perverts. Just get one dude that's weird enough to fuck like a retarded lady, and let him take care of her.
true. You think
You
they're
can't
they're
link
doing,
them both up and then be like, all right, you two figure it out.
Yeah.
Get a house.
Well, like, how much have you watched of it? Have you watched a couple episodes?
I watched 2.
Yeah, so they'll go on the dates and be like, hey, do you guys need a break?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean, dude, the dates are anxiety provoking. We're there, and when they're sitting there
When
and
they
they're
put 'em
asking each
outside?
other about like the shows and stuff, and they just both freeze up. They both freeze up.
Yeah.
And dude, that must be intense levels of anxiety. You're
So do
taking
you-
a
I'm
person
sorry.
with autism and putting them on camera.
Yeah.
It's like that can't be like relaxing.
So if you haven't seen it, it's called Love on the Spectrum, and it's but it's just a show, a documentary following autistic Australians
And Londoners. And
Londoners.
I think they have a couple
Is it?
English.
Or is it
people.
Australia? Am I stupid?
No, they have. I could be wrong.
I thought it was Australia.
I think it's Australia, and there's somebody from Britain. I think.
Perhaps. Jamie, figure that out for us, please.
Yeah.
Jameer.
But yeah, that is it is kind of weird, man. The fact that if they're right now saying you shouldn't clap because it could set off someone who's autistic in a public gathering, it's but if you want to put them on camera and film them awkwardly trying to date, it's pretty fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, how about the one at the costume party?
Oh,
and then
Comic-Con?
they just put him outside.
I only saw the one where he goes to Comic-Con and ditches his date for the lady from Gilligan's Island.
There's one that's a girl, and then she went and sat outside with this dude, and they were like, this one autistic girl was dancing, and then another dude came up and started dancing with her, and they were like, and they talk about it. It's like a fucking nature show. They're like, oh, she may have found a mate out there, and then they put him outside and made him talk, and the kid couldn't talk.
Yeah.
Because there's a camera in his face. He's on a date, and he didn't know he was doing it. I don't think. Well, I'm sure he did, but
yeah.
He didn't. His autism kicked in hard, and he couldn't. She was like, I'll eat it. Do you like cats or dogs? And he's like,
oh, I saw that.
When she was like, I have a cat. He's like, do you have a cat? And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
I do. Yes. It was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that was very uncomfortable.
And then it's like, that guy, I don't know if he got paid. And now his family just has to be like, holy fuck, dude. We sent him to the dance. He ended up on Netflix.
Yeah, having a slight nervous breakdown.
Yeah, being on TV, just like, I have a cat named Gertrude.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it was.
man.
That was probably one of the most uncomfortable parts so far. He
mean.
freaks out. And he just goes
oh yeah,
And then-
that was the best part. She's like, should we go inside then? He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't. I don't know how Netflix is getting away with this right now. It's just. I mean, again, I was giving it the benefit of doubt because I want to watch it because I'm like, this is kind of interesting. And dude, about 5 minutes in, Brittany cried. We started watching it. As soon as they're like,
There's some
I got
really
rejected.
touching
Yeah, I got
moments.
rejected. She cried sad, turn this off. She's like, well, I went on
the hot
one date.
one.
I went on the one.
The hot one kept getting rejected.
I went on one date and someone said they didn't want to associate with someone like me, and just looks into the camera, and Brittany was just like, "Wah."
Yeah,
I
that's
was like, no, it gets better. Come on, Andrew told us. Let's get sit through this.
No, it's funny. It's funny.
You gotta. It's part of the formula. It has to be kind of dark, and then it gets
Yeah, the one dude's a real Michael, I think is his name. That guy fucking rules.
Love that guy, man.
That guy rules. He's like, when I pass away, I want people to approach my wife and say nothing made him happier than his wife.
Dude,
the parents are like, what the fuck, dude? Slow down,
dude.
This is your first date.
Everyone's parents just laugh. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
It's just their parents laughing at them because they say the weirdest
Yeah.
shit, then you have to just be like, ha ha ha. Just dude, it's fucking bizarre.
It's good, but it does. It is interesting that you are allowed to do that. You're allowed to be like, we're gonna film some autistic people.
Yeah.
We're gonna raise awareness. How are you gonna raise awareness? Well, we're gonna make them date and film it and kind of make it awkward.
I mean, dude, that would be sick though if they got some sort of first family situation going on, the London royalty.
What do you mean?
Just if they establish if
An
somebody
autistic kingdom?
Yeah,
A monarchy?
if somebody links up and produces an offspring from the show, they that's like monarchy level.
True. That
If
is
that one dude finds a bae on the show, basically he's already practicing. It's and she will be my queen.
Yeah, dude. God damn, that show. That's I was binging some Netflix.
That's gonna be a one season done. They're gonna do that.
No, that's a fucking hit.
You think it's gonna be like a Seinfeld?
That might be a Seinfeld, dude.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's gonna end with one of them. Nah, never mind. It's gonna be a bit of a. There could be a shooting or something.
That would be fucked up, man. No, it's they're just peace lovers, dude.
It's also weird to see a couple of them that are, because of course it is a spectrum. So some of them don't have it that bad.
Don't get me started on that one guy.
Chilling.
I got that one guy in my scope right now.
That one dude that's a real Casanova.
I love your body. No, the one guy who's
Yeah.
like, I love your body. I'm like, one of you. I think the dude's kind of faking it.
I think he's faking it for those tits.
Yeah, I think he's faking for sure.
Those autistic tits.
I was watching it and I was just kind of like, this dude doesn't have this. People have
dare you.
gaydar. I have my all-star is pretty good.
Mine went off the hook when fucking Hannah Gadsby claimed it. Dude, she claimed it, and I was like, come on.
Is there an autistic revolution in Australia right now?
There must be. You must get decent. I mean, you're getting shows. You must get some clout for autism in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, autism's hot right now. In Australia?
It's so in.
They have to change the thing to Australia.
Australia.
But yeah, man, I'm a big
Australia,
fan. I'm a big fan though.
You've on record.
I've been an ally forever.
Been an ally
Always.
of autistic people forever. They are awesome. They are very fun. Michael's. How do you not love that guy?
I mean, dude, they do rule. They're the
absolutely
the
rule.
funniest people in the world to work with. But again, if you ask me, like, hey man, I got an idea. You want to film them dating? I'd be like, I don't know. That kind of goes against my ethics. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
that's
would do that
pretty
personally.
intense, bro.
Yeah.
Well, there is a thing you're allowed to. I've noticed it, especially. I don't want to drive this into comedy, but like,
Sure.
alt comics are allowed to. You know, they're like the moral, righteous ones. All the like people on the left that do comedy and like make sketches and shit. They're always playing like a retarded person, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, this is very funny." It's like mental illnesses are funny according to those. Like every character they play is like a crazy guy. That's like, help me! I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Help! It's like, all right, well, in 5 years when schizophrenia is, you know, you're not allowed to make fun of it. You're gonna have some rough clips hanging around.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, the other thing too is
Anyway.
like, dude, from a legal perspective, it's like, how does that work contract wise? Are you able? I mean, it's like, do they understand like the point? Like, you want to be on TV? They're like, yeah. They're like, do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand what's going to happen?
Yes.
I mean, I guess anyone takes that risk. You're on TV, someone might clown you, but
True.
it's like, I don't know. I think it's a honeypot. I think this whole thing's a honeypot to catch alt-right podcasters and be like, oh, they made fun of Love on the Spectrum, take them down.
It is this show it's designed to be.
It's a trap, dude.
It's a trap, dude, because it is such a nice, sweet show that making fun of it is bad.
It is so fun. When you watch it, it is so funny.
Also, when they show these people, do they have to play that music? You know, that like almost like comical, like stringy, like I don't know. Next time you watch it, listen to the music
Like
they
a
play.
string
Every
band
time,
kind of thing?
Anytime they like show an autistic dude like walking around, it's like blong, 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 like this music while this guy's just going about his day. It's like, come on, man.
So you didn't get to the episode of the Chinese dude yet, did you?
I've seen him kicking around. Don't you dare put that on me, boy.
He's great, dude.
He does rule. I saw him fixing his hair.
They gave him like the dating lessons, dude. It's so fucking funny, man.
And he has this slight accent. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So he.
Yeah. Again, this is a trap, dude.
This is a pure trap.
They
dude.
fucking seized my mind, and it was just like limitless. I'm like, oh my god, and I was like, like I'm not falling for this.
They're like, what's the funniest thing imaginable? I don't know. Probably like a autistic Asian dude in Australia dating show. Do you want to go inside, Dan? Yes.
Yeah, that was rough, man.
Yeah, that one was like I kind of felt bad because it was like,
Yeah.
damn, you're sticking a camera in this dude's face and he can't talk, and they're like asking him to do like cats or dogs more, and he's like, I can't.
Dude, that should be
I don't know.
this is like early UFC. You know, before like you
Yeah.
could be getting like kneed in the head for like 10 minutes, and they finally break it up. They got to learn how to throw in the towel quicker on these things.
Yeah.
That one lady the two of them almost had a heart attack when they were both on that date in like a fancy place.
Yeah.
They
I liked that girl. That was a
Dude,
good date.
I was hoping they would link
especially
up.
off the SpongeBob intro they had on the speed dating.
Oh, dude.
That was
I
nice.
saw her eyeing him up when he
Yeah.
was doing his SpongeBob impression, and she was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
She was on a different date, heard a dude down the table doing a SpongeBob, and was like,
she was definitely being like, "Yo, who the fuck is that?
who is that star?
They also don't like each other. Every time they all go to
I
date with
know.
each other, they're like, "Man, I think we're just friends." They
Yeah.
don't really like each other at all.
Yeah, that's yeah. Except that one dude. The dude who drives the bus, is he the one that loves her tits?
Yeah,
He's driving buses? Come on now.
I mean, dude, he's kind of that guy's kind of fraud. I'm not gonna lie, that guy's kind of fraud. I didn't want to say it, but it's like I watched that and I was like, I think this dude's.
You think he's fraudulent?
I think he's in autism for the wrong reasons. I think he's just trying to get ahead.
You don't think it's for the love of the game?
Nah. I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
I think he's just seeking fame through tism, dude, like all the other Australians right now.
How dare you?
No, that was a good show. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I'm rooting
liked
for him,
it,
man.
yeah.
I hope that show works out and arcs in a way where like, you know, it's good for everybody. Especially when you see like the parents, man. It's like just to like come to grips with that and just be like, fuck, what are we doing right now? And it's just like I got to talk about SpongeBob for 25 years. But dude, it's like
It's like living with a black kid.
Just kidding. Yeah, that's my favorite part was when I think his name's Michael, right? The main kid. He like responds to his mother like he's like he literally sounded like a general in the Revolutionary War. She's like, well, what if you don't find someone you want to date? And he's like, I will not accept that as an answer. I was like, yes, dude. Get pussy.
It is sick how they'll like really do. And again, this is why I think I have a little bit of autism. They'll like pick a thing, and that's just it. That guy picked a character that's like a Revolutionary War general type. The other guy's a dinosaur expert. That dude's a fucking pimp, dude.
Wait, which one's the dinosaur expert?
He took the one girl out and was like, that might have been the third episode. I don't think you saw it. He's a paleontologist. He goes on a date with like the tall chick. I can't.
I think I might have missed
I think
it.
you might. I think I'm too far ahead.
Phil fucking bullied me off the Netflix on that.
He didn't want to watch it?
I was kind of like half watching it. And then he was like, "What the hell are you watching?" Because he just saw like a date. I was like, "I don't know, dude. Put the golf on."
Like, dude, imagine if your grandparents were like, Shane, here on a public forum, like, here's how we think about race. Go for it. You'd be like, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus Christ.
Just be my grandma being like, I don't like that Tiger Woods. I'm like, why? There's something about him. I like all the other golfers. R.I.P.
It's also funny how
R.I.P. dude.
Oh, yeah, true.
R.I.P. She did fucking hate Tiger Woods. Dude, it was so funny. I mean, it was in 97, I think, when he started blowing
up. Was
up.
this before sex crimes? Or not
pre.
Sex crimes.
Oh, she hated him pre being he was
Flanderer?
Being exactly who he should be.
Yeah, being a flanderer.
God, I can't believe I was gay about that. That might be my biggest regret.
Really?
Is like being like, man, fuck Tiger Woods for him having sex.
Your grandmom laid down the emerald tablets for you.
I know.
She laid
She's
down.
like, someday, son, you will hate Tiger Woods. You won't know why until it is revealed.
The prophecy speaks that one day will be a black golfer. There'll be a Nubian golfer.
It's going to ruin your day for no reason while you're just hanging out.
There will be a golfer from Nubia. Impossible.
What will he do in the sand? Yeah, the
days were. I just know people around me got pussy on the bus. I could have. I don't know. I don't think I did. I don't actually. No, I'm gonna say I don't think I got pussy on. I think I
smooched on the bus after a field trip to the zoo.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was big time. Getting hard now.
Yeah, man. Touching a pussy on the bus is like
no smooch.
I'm just saying,
please.
I think I touched pussy on the bus. I'm not gonna pussy lie.
That sounds like a pussy lie. That sounds like something you would remember. I remember a kiss.
I could be stealing pussy stories from my cousin.
You're stealing pussy.
My cousin definitely touched pussy on the bus. I'm not gonna.
Does he get like discounts at Annie Ann's now? You're stealing pussy valor.
I don't know. First time I touched pussy, I was at the farmer's market.
An actual dude that fingered pussy is gonna approach you with a cell phone. True. Like, did you finger pussy on the bus, dude? You're like, yeah. He's gonna be like, what was it like? You're like, well, I was 19. No. He'd be like, nobody was fingering pussies on the bus that year.
Well, bus 3. No one got pussy on bus 3.
Dude, they nail Australians. Australians always steal valor.
They gotta let them do it, dude.
Let the boys do it. They're at the mall in full regalia, and you have the audacity to approach an Australian and be like, "You didn't serve."
Yeah.
Let the boys have fun.
Yeah, dude, for real.
I'm tired. Any stolen valor compilation is always an Australian.
They should be drafted.
Draft the autistics.
Yeah.
The autistics.
Oh, that'd be great, dude. I mean, just for just like some Rudy action.
Yeah, when you're up, you got ISIS on the run, send them in, get a sack.
Yeah, dude, send them in.
Look, we're winning, dude. Why don't you take a shot? Take a shot here. Okay.
Press this button. I mean, dude, you're talking about drone strikes. That'd be crazy.
Get some of those boys on the sticks.
Dude, the last thing you'd hear would just be like, who lives in a barnacle? You'd be like, what the rap?
Yeah, that'd be their fortunate son. Be a drone playing SpongeBob. I suppose you have to die then. These are the rules. Sorry, you're actually dead now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we used to play a game after. We used to play a game. We'd turn the lights off in the locker room and throw sneakers at each other as hard as we could. But we'd all make a deal to just throw them at one kid that we didn't like.
Yeah.
So we turned the lights off and just everyone would just belt this fucking kid. Yeah, fun times.
That's what sports are all about. The whole point of sports is just like psychologically torture somebody.
Yeah, just find a kid.
Just find one person.
Find one kid whose parents are like making him play.
Yeah.
And just getting his ass.
Yeah, we had a homeschooler on our baseball team.
Oh, disgusting.
In 8th grade. Well, now that's going to be the norm. Everyone's going to be weird as fuck.
Yeah, true.
This dude was a homeschooler. I don't know what the fuck his parents were thinking. They entered him into the school system at like 7th, 8th grade. It was fucking chum, dude. People were like, you just like would see him walk, and you're like, what the fuck is up with that kid? Like, I have to throw something at this kid just to see what's going on with him.
They put him in 7th and 8th grade,
dude.
Just right when he was coming.
Dude, he came in with like a Dr. Seuss nerd walk, and everyone was like, what the fuck is this? It was to the point a hit list was made. This was like an extreme bully situation. I mean, dude, he was on a baseball team. So you were just like, dude, people are woofing balls. Like, you'd be on first base. Fucking, you'd be at shortstop, and you basically pitch. And you'd be like,
he made a hit list?
He made a hit list, yeah. I was number 3.
You were on the hit list?
I was number 3.
Nice, man.
3. I made 3rd.
That's
I
good.
made 3rd on his hit list.
In elementary school, in middle school, they wrote an article in the paper about me being a bully.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Pretty
dude.
good. That counts as like top 5 on a list. I got publication, dude. I've only ever gotten negative press, dude. I've only ever gotten horrible press. Well, there was a kid that used to get on our bus, and I used to call him Arthur. Because he had an Arthur book bag. I was being nice to the fucking kid.
That's not bad.
I didn't think it was mean, but I guess the kid was tortured by it, dude. He was tormented by being called Arthur. And one day I had the principal call me to the office and had like a sit down, and like I had to talk to the kid. I think I talked to the kid's parents. And then like the next month in the school newsletter, it was like bullying handled. And they wrote an article about it.
What?
Yeah, dude.
You gotta
it's
get
like
that.
We had an 8th grader who was a real dickhead.
You got to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was regrettably, I was a hard bully. I was a super hard bully.
No regrets.
Up until
being a bully when you're a kid is. I mean,
it's
not
no
like I was hitting kids.
You're kind of born in. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I wasn't
just
hitting,
my friends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bully the weaker.
No, I was. I had a couple of the Uyghurs, dude. In my
The Uyghurs.
I had a couple of the Uyghurs.
Who'd you get?
It wasn't even. I was never malicious. There was people that like. It was just the reactions were so funny, and it was just you couldn't stop like doing it.
Of course.
That was the kid who punched me in the face before biology. I was just giving him soft touches. You know when you go to give someone a titty twister, but you just soft touch their tits, and they're like, I hit him with a soft touch, and he did like full like $80 an hour taekwondo on me. He used nerd karate on me. And he just struck me in the face twice, and I was
He did a combo on you?
He did a combo, dude. Literally low knee punch, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then I realized, like, "Oh shit, I think this kid's actually upset." So then I I kind of started like, "All right, dude, I'm gonna help you out," but I ended up just getting him in a fight with another kid.
Oh, all right, good. I remember this. Good. That's the sweetest revenge.
That's
the sweetest revenge.
No, that wasn't my. It was my
You're
mistake.
crying.
I have fucking
Like
peppermint in my eye, dude.
Teardrops are falling from your face, dude.
That's how remorseful I am. But yeah, the
single tear.
I was
like that
actually
Native
trying to help
American.
him. I was actually trying to help him. I'm like, look, you gotta fuck this kid up. Who was like actually fucking with him.
Yeah.
And he got in a fight and lost. And
Then he get his ass kicked.
Yes, fucking ass handed to him, dude. And I was like, oh shit, dude, you got it. But then someone started calling him and leaving threatening voicemails, and the principal called me down and was like, I'm gonna expel you. We know it's you. We have you on camera at the payphone. And it was just like I knew who did it, and I was like,
You didn't rat him out, dude.
Nah.
Couldn't
It was a
rat him
kid he
out.
fought on the bus, but yeah.
He was calling him.
He told me, and I was just like,
He's leaving voicemails?
He was calling. This kid who ended up fighting, because I actually then bullied that kid and was like, oh, that dude won. You fucking lost your pussy.
Sick move.
So I had psyoped that. Really trying to help this kid. I just made his life just worse and worse. Because then I psyoped that kid and be like, yo, you lost, and told everyone like, yo, your fucking ass kicked by like a pretty like hard level nerd.
Here's what you are, dude. You're an energy vampire. I just figured this out. I am too, dude. There's a show. You ever see the movie What We Do in the Shadows?
Mm-mm.
Dude, there's a show. It's on FX. It's on Hulu now. It fucking rules. It's hilarious. It's so funny. But there's a dude who's he's an energy vampire. So the rest of them are like classic vampires. And there's one guy that just looks like a dork from an office. And the way he gets his powers, he drains you. So like he'll come in and be like, Dilly Dilly, how was your weekend? And people are just like, oh. And then it'll cut back to him and he's like, he's just, but the best part is he'll just start a fight and then sit in the room next door and just be like, yes,
like,
all the negative energy. And I was like, damn, dude, I'm definitely just an energy vampire. Like just start a fight and leave and sit there and hear screams and be like, yes.
Well, it was so funny because back then too, I just wasn't like, I would start a fight and just ruthlessly crush people, then be like,
Yeah.
that was awesome. Like, that was so funny. They freaked out. In my head, there was not a shred of being like, is this okay? It was just kind of like, this is great. I can't believe I got those guys to fight. Dude. But then he started calling this person's house and being like, where's your son?
So he was basically on the CB, like that one dude. He's not like, I'm going to fucking cut your head off.
Yo, he was calling, and they'd be like, this is blah, blah, blah's parents. And he'd be like, fuck you, you fucking pussies. I'm going to kill you. He was saying, like, he was talking shit to, like, this kid's dad, like, ruthlessly from a payphone.
Oh, my God. This kid's awesome.
From the school.
Is he all right? How's he turned out?
He's a rough one, dude.
He has to be rough.
That was the kid who came up to me at the stop hop and told me he was on ecstasy, and I punched him in the stomach.
Why'd you punch him?
Because in my head, because I heard like you feel everything, and I'm like, yo, is it like crazy? He's like, yeah, dude. I was like, bam, and just punched him in the stomach, and he was just like, oh, what the fuck?
Ruined his eye.
Dude, I was thinking about what a dickhead I was. I was doing the dishes, and I was like, I had like a vivid memory of reading. I remember reading the science book and seeing Homo sapiens when I was little, and being like, oh my god, she's gonna say homo in school tomorrow. And it was like waking up, being like, and like eating my breakfast and being like, fuck science classes third period. I remember waiting for like 24 hours and then hearing her say Homo sapiens and being like.
And no, did anyone go with you?
My cousin was definitely down.
Cousin.
I called on the way in the bus. I'm like, yo,
Dude.
teacher's going to say homo today. And she's like, get the fuck out. I'm like, dude, I read the
Just
science.
watch.
They say it. Dude, I was sitting there like. I was doing dude, I like vividly remember that, being like stoked.
It's
being
game day.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, this is what we play for.
Teacher's going to say homo.
Yeah, this is game day. All that work. Now let's have fun today.
I was doing the dishes at 34, and I was like, that was hilarious. that was so funny.
Dude, I think in like third or fourth, actually fifth grade, we had somebody come in to give us like a sex ed class type thing.
Fuck.
And I remember writing a question, so he would have to say gay.
Oh,
I wrote a question. I said, can boys like other boys? And he was like, now. He walked over to me and was like, did you write that? Because he knew it was me. And I was like, yes. And he was like, I had to stay in character, dude. I had to be like, yes, I wrote it. And he was like, do you really want to know that answer? And I was like, yes. And he was like, those are called homosexuals. I had to like stay in character like, oh, how about that? That's something you don't learn every day. Which is so funny because that dude obviously knew I was being an asshole. He just had to watch a fifth grader pretend to be like, yes. Yes. Yeah, that was the one, dude. Yes. Yes. Do you really want to know this answer? Yes.
I think I'm OD'd on peppermint, dude. So fucking funny.
Dude, that's crazy. It's crazy we both have that origin story. I'm like trying to make someone say gay. And being like, got him.
That was my whole agenda for the day. I was like, teacher's going to say gay. I'm going to look around, make eye contact with as many people as I can.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Man.
No, what's funnier than school, dude? School.
Grade school is so
Oh, my God.
funny.
My one friend, Dusty, used to pass gas, and he would say that. He'd be like, who do you want me to pass this to? And then he would get up and fart on their desk. It would be so loud, dude. So loud. Fuck.
Oh, it's so funny. It's just so funny
man.
because as a teacher, you like clearly know whatever.
You see exactly. Yeah, he walked straight to me and was like, did you write that question?
You also know, too, there's just like stuff going on in their house just isn't good.
Oh,
You're like sitting there and the guy comes in, he's like, say gay. And you're like, come on, man. What the fuck? What events have transpired to charge you up enough to get in here to try to like completely revel in the fact that I'm saying homo sapiens?
Oh, man. My sister was talking about your bus stop. She was laughing about it, dude. The day that homosexual was coming, the bus stop must have been rowdy.
Dude,
you and your shitty hill
well,
people.
it's also like I read the book. I go to my brother. I'm like, dude, what this about? He's like, yeah, dude, Homo sapiens. You're a Homo sapien. It's like, I'm a fucking Homo sapien. He's like, you're a fucking Homo. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Dad, am I a Homo sapien? He's like, yeah.
Fuck. I don't think my dad would even know what that was. If I was like, am I a Homo sapien? He'd be like, hey,
No
come on,
son of mine.
Come on, come on.
Be a goddamn Homo
Go sit
sapien.
down. Don't be a smart ass.
You've been hanging out with your sisters too much. Playing with the dolls.
I don't know if my dad would have known what a Homo sapien. If I said Homo sapien, he'd have been like, Cool it.
Cool. Knock it off, dude. Look at that, cracking open a cold one, dude.
This is plain seltzer,
Doing
dude.
coke and drinking.
This-
Matt's changed.
Please, dude.
To the audio listener.
Ooh, man.
Bro,
That fucking-
little off topic and significantly less funny, but
Please, we got
I cried the other day watching a 30 for 30 on ESPN.
What was it?
Phil was in the kitchen. Luckily, he didn't see, but I think he heard a voice crack. I think he heard a voice crack. Dude, there's a documentary. It's called 42-1. It was Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson.
Really?
You want to get your fucking juices flowing?
What happened?
Buster Douglas was like a could have been great heavyweight. That was like he would show up out of shape. He was kind of like a bum, but he was like he could have been great. Like he was a monster, and he fought Tyson in his prime. He was the guy who beat Tyson first.
Okay.
And he was 42-1 odds. That's why it was called that. But they were like, every announcer was like, this isn't going to go past the first round, all that shit. In training, Buster Douglas's mom died like 2 weeks before. And there was just cool ass fucking moments in it where like he was talking to his mom. His mom called him before the fight and was like, don't do this. Like he's going to fucking, that's Mike Tyson in his prime. Like he's killing everybody. First round knockouts every single
like,
time.
don't fight
like
him.
scary. And then Buster Douglas was on the phone with his mom and he's like, Mom, you should fucking call him. I'm gonna beat his ass. And he was like, as soon as he said that to his mom was like, he sounds like his daddy now. He's a man. And she was like going around like, my son's about to beat Tyson's ass. Like everybody at work, all that. Then she died. And then he won. He just fucked him up. Well, he didn't fuck him up. He got tagged too. It was a great. I mean, it's an awesome
Dude,
fight. I immediately
Tyson
watched
in
the
his prime is
fight.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, Tyson apparently, he didn't train as hard. He was like, it was supposed to be a tune-up fight. It was just a tune-up fight for.
He was Apollo.
Holyfield. Yeah. And then he got laid out. It's fucking sick. It was the first time anybody knocked him down.
Damn.
It was awesome. And then in the ring after, they're like, "How do you feel?" And he's like, "This is for my mom." And I was just like,
He Rockied basically. Yeah, man. That's
just got hit hard with
That would
it. And
get
Phil
you.
was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "It's called 42-1." It was one of those. Had to hide it.
That's the only thing.
He was
you
like,
cried.
"Buster Douglas, he's a bitch. He's tough." That was it.
He was probably crying. He was probably like crying, eating bologna. He'd be like, "What are you watching? He's a bitch."
Yeah. He's like, I'll tell you what, he's a bitch. He says that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Like tough.
a
Speaking of a bitch, Tybalt.
What happened?
Tybalt's a bitch, dude.
What
My
did-
cat.
What's he doing?
He's an apex predator, dude.
Did he get
So I was
anything?
watching. No, but he went toe to toe with a fox. I was watching TV. It was like 12:30. Everyone's in bed. All of a sudden, I hear a scream from the backyard. This is 2 nights ago.
What?
Like screaming. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, oh, that's definitely a fox. Like I could tell it was a fox. And I was like, oh shit, Tybalt's outside. So I got like nervous, grabbed a big flashlight, and I was like, I'm gonna have to beat a fox to death. Like I was I was shoeless, ran in the backyard. I was just like, I'm just gonna have to beat a dog to death right now, which is a weird mind space to get in. Like it
Yeah.
is a weird space to be walking out. Like I was adrenaline. I was like, here we go. But Tybalt was just he was just staring him down, dude. Didn't care less.
The fox was
couldn't care
yapping.
less. The fox was probably like 5 yards, 10 yards away, just like kind of moving back and forth, like screaming at him. And Tybalt was just sitting there, like, what are you gonna do, bro?
Fuck.
What are you gonna do? So then I pick up Tybalt, and I'm like, like not running, but like walking fast, looking backwards. I don't want to get bit by a fox.
No, I'll nip your ankles, dude.
Yeah, it would suck. And then as soon as I put Tybalt down in the house, he just started eating. Didn't give a dude. I put him down. He walked straight to his food and started eating. I was like, dude, you are a monster.
Holy
He
fuck.
didn't. He didn't care.
That's a
at
fair
all.
fight. Him versus a fox.
Yeah, he's big. He's got his claws. He's a mean little fucker.
That's a fair fight.
I've done it before. I've walked outside and he got fucked up before.
By what?
I don't know what it was. Probably a fox.
By a coyote.
Or a raccoon. Something big
Yeah,
got him.
raccoon will
Something
give
big
him.
got him.
Raccoon will give him the business,
Yeah.
dude.
Something fucked him up. Like fucked his legs up. And he shit himself. When they're running away, cats will shit themselves. So I picked him up. He was covered in blood and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. But this time, not a scratch on him, dude.
Damn.
He literally just sat in the grass, stared at a fox. Couldn't have been prouder of my guy.
He's got to be terrifying at night too. He's jet
He is.
black. So
That's
that
Tybalt.
fox probably just saw glowing eyes and was like, "Fuck, man."
That's the Prince of Cats, dude. It's a big night.
That's big, dude. So that was after 41 and 2.
42 and 1.
42
yeah.
and 1?
There's a big couple days. Phil had to do that once.
What?
Tybalt got in a fight in the front yard with another cat. So it was like, 5, 6 in the morning. You just hear two cats screaming. Phil ran down in his whitey tighties This is like 6 a.m. So people are like walking out to get the newspaper and shit. Like school buses. Phil was out in just his white tighties and a fishing rod, swinging at the
That was
cats.
his
So he
weapon?
grabbed a fishing rod from the closet that was right by the door and just started whipping cats. Yeah, man. It's a strong tradition in the Gillis family too.
Cat whipping?
If your cat's in a fight, you got to jump in, dude.
Oh my god!
I was ready to strangle a fox.
You have to, man. You got
That
to.
would've sucked.
We have a possum on the loose, and I mean, it like through a chain link fence. It stared down my dog.
I love possums.
They're fucking nasty.
No,
dude.
they're funny.
Ugh, they're disgusting.
They are. They're ugly, but I'm a fan.
They're hellish. I saw it skittering around the other day. I was walking home. Brittany called me like the possums back in the backyard.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Do you have like a garden or anything?
No, it's just but there's like a ton of there's like a little alley that links a bunch of yards, so it kind of just scoots around. But I saw
It's a
I
good
parked
poss,
my car.
dude.
I saw that poss running across the street, and I was just like, ugh,
You didn't like him?
nasty little.
I'm a
motherfucker.
fan of him. Did I tell you what my roommate did to a possum?
What?
He murdered one.
Okay.
It was in his parents' garden.
Yeah.
But it turns out possums mostly help you.
Dude, actually, speaking of the epidemic of fatness, Lemaire suffered a fat attack, dude, in public.
Oh, you bringing up Lemaire's fat attack? Lemaire.
Lemaire said it wasn't a fat attack.
It is
Lemaire,
100% a fat attack. Dude.
I'll give you the version.
Before we go any
Yeah.
further, I will say this. High school football.
Yeah.
Every single year, a kid suffered from a fat attack. And it's the funniest thing in the world. No, you remember this when the pussy kids on the team would be like, I'm having heat stroke. And they'd have to sit in the gator. They'd have to sit in the gator under the shade. Fat attacks on the football field.
Fat attacks are real.
And then occasionally dudes would die from fat attacks. Like every year across the country, a bunch of dudes died from fat attacks in practice. But every year, kids, dude, one of them listens to this. One of my friends had a fat attack, and I know he listens to this. They taped ice across his chest, and he had to sit in the gator with his shirt off.
Yeah, you need. They're like EpiPens or
Nugs,
like
dude. What up,
defibrillators.
Nugs?
Instead of the defibrillator, you need like a fan for a fat
Yeah.
attack. You're just like, hold on, let me.
Fat
let us
attacks are brutal.
Blow some air. Turn it up. No, we need high. Turn it up to high, doctor.
So Lemaire, you got sent to the gator, dude. They had to put you under a tree.
This was a story I heard. It was that the place was packed, right? So already it's packed, summertime. The threat levels for a fat attack are high. So I said Lemaire pulls up.
They should have that on the news. Like
Fat-
a weather channel be like,
fat-
today's fat attack probability is red. We're in the red today. Might want to powder your balls, fats.
Powder your balls and keep a towel handy to dab your head.
If you're black, you can carry a towel, which is nice.
I saw a guy dabbing his head today.
If you're white, you must wear shorts and Crocs.
Yeah, so Lemaire, the story was you rolled up. It was sweltering. It was crowded. And then
Showed up uninvited.
a good friend of the
Correct me
pod-
if I'm wrong. Uninvited to
Well,
a full
he was
capacity.
warned. He was warned. Our friends were like, Lemaire, it's really crowded here and it's really hot. You can come, but it's going to be kind of miserable.
So his friends were like, "There's a good chance you're gonna have a fat attack." I'm not gonna say it, but it's hot up here. It's not built for the thicks.
Yeah.
The fats.
You
dude.
were discovered on the steps of this place. Am I correct? Sitting, not laying.
Didn't make it to the roof.
No, I think he made it. He went back in.
You can make like a video game out of it, like an Oregon Trail. Just Lemaire trying to get to a rooftop.
Dude, it was hot.
You have to stop and hunt for chips. You have to dump, dude.
Dude, it gets even better. So the story I heard that I guess you went out there like, oh, it's too crowded, hit the steps, and then you were discovered by a friend of the podcast sitting there.
Friend of the podcast found you.
She was like
collapsed in a hallway.
concerned, and was like, "Dude, are you okay?" And you were like, "I don't feel well." So then you went and
They
laid.
gotta treat it. They gotta throw buckets of water on him. They gotta treat him like a whale being transported to a different tank. They gotta throw water
Dude,
on him.
Lemaire was then transported to the owner's bed, and laid in the owner's bed. Fans on. Did you have a cold towel? I believe there's a cold compress applied. Ice, maybe?
You don't know? You blacked out?
There was ice. You fatted out. There was ice. Your Honor, I fatted out. I don't recall. There was ice. I think the person applied ice, and he laid it
to his brow.
To
Was
his
she
brow.
like,
True.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lemaire, Quick question. I mean, look at off the.
Look at you. Look at your pride right now. I see your pride.
I don't have any pride.
Admit your attack.
I was being a cool guy. And
You're being Mr. Cool?
I was being Mr. Cool.
How cool?
I was at the punchline before
Oh, that's
being
Mr.
Mr. Cool
Yeah.
with Andy and Nate, and I had like 3 or 4 scotch and sodas.
You can't drink. Do you drink?
I drink a little bit.
I feel like I've never drank with you.
No, we have to.
Now he drinks. He's a
because
mogul.
True. Now these bullying white executives.
So you had a couple scotch and
I had a
sodas.
couple scotch sodas. Then I go to the roast battle, very nervous. Get upstairs.
What are you nervous about?
Because I didn't think I'd get in, and then you get.
Oh, because it was full capacity, and they said don't come.
Yeah, more welcome.
We can't let you in.
Yeah, but what else am I going to do? Just wait.
That's a Mr. Cool move. I know what you did. You big timed everybody there. You
I
said,
didn't big
"Psh,
time
you know me.
everybody.
4 scotch and sodas. You
I'm
barged
Matt
in.
and Shane's producer. You
You
know
barged
me.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything.
So
I
you
didn't
ran
say
to your
anything.
car
So,
and grabbed
yeah.
a knife.
I followed,
True.
I followed Andy and Nate in.
And Matt's wife was there to stop you.
Andy was on a
Damn.
roast battle, so I followed them in.
Got you.
Andy was on it, so I came with him. And then they had this drink in the back that was like wine and I don't know. It was I drank
Jungle
a bunch.
juice?
I drank a bunch. I think it was
Sangria,
jungle
bro?
juice. I think it was jungle juice. I drank a bunch.
Sangria brings me back to Madrid. I'm going back to Madrid, dude. I'm getting some sangria. Little fall, you get to walk through the streets and the marketplaces. They just ladle you some fucking
You gotta go, dude.
sangria.
You gotta go back.
I said, dámele.
Should go back like a full like old school country, like a little.
I'm going full
Paris
I'm going
schoolboy.
back MAGA, dude. I'm going full MAGA.
Probably get
with
respect over there.
the fascistas?
Fascistas, dude.
The fascistas will be like,
Fuck yeah, dude.
dude, get this guy in here.
So Lemaire, so you go in there, you shoulder to the punch bowl,
Yeah.
You came
elbow
in
your way to the punch bowl.
shit-faced.
I came in drunk and I started power drinking, and then the show was over and I was like, I gotta go on the stairs. I'm sweating, and I threw up, and then I went to sit down, and then Kyle,
Threw up?
a friend of
Ew,
the
you
show-
threw up punch?
I threw up. It was like a lot. It was like
Yeah, but you threw up there was food in there.
yeah, there was food in there. too.
Jesus Christ.
What were you grubbing on beforehand?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. What were you grubbing on?
You
It was
know.
probably Chipotle.
Oh, Chipotle and
Chipotle scotch and jungle juice in a fucking hot stairwell. That's like a pressure cooker, dude. That's like a
dude.
They put that's like what those
That's a
kids.
bomb.
That's Boston Marathon. They just put Chipotle and scotch in a Lemaire, set him on the sidewalk, and he exploded.
So you hit the steps, you puke.
After I puke, I hit the steps. I was on the steps because I was waiting for the bathroom to open up and waiting for nobody to be there so I can go puke. But then I was discovered.
Good friend Kyla
good
Fox
friend.
discovers you.
Yeah, a lady found him.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, what are you doing in here? Oh my god, are you suffering from a fat attack on the steps? No, it's Chipotle. That's a fat attack, dude. Don't try to blame fucking pre-existing conditions on this.
That's true. That's like a COVID test.
that's
you
a
have
COVID
pneumonia
test.
and you have a little bit of COVID.
But yeah, legally I can do whatever I want drenched.
Yeah, or just hang around port cities.
Oh, can you tell me how dry my clothes should be? At what point are you allowed into a store on how wet you are?
I think you'd be fully soaked.
I think you might be right.
Dude, if you went fully soaked to a steakhouse,
I wonder if there is a line. Like, yeah, be like, all right, what if I was a little dry?
like they're gonna get like a hygrometer and like measure
Yeah.
how fucking how moist you are.
Yeah,
I think if you have like 100% humidity level, they'll be like, dude,
you're not allowed in.
I think when they scan your forehead, they also touch your clothes and they're like, how
This
wet
guy's
is this
soaked.
guy?
Yeah, it's weird, but we keep having customers come in drenched. I'm sorry about this. Sorry about this inconvenience. Take your jacket off. Are you hiding that you're drenched? Take it off. You're just drenched. Yeah.
You're like, now he walks, he's like that little trail of drips all the way. He's like, God damn it, get him out.
These guys think it's funny. They keep coming to my damn restaurant soaked.
This is a goddamn snack bar at Six Flags, dude.
That's a funny way to torture a local restaurant. Just keep randomly sending people in soaked. What the hell's going on? This is the third guy this week. Something's going on. These guys are drenched.
Oh. It's pretty funny too to show up and be like a black couple just drenched. He's like,
You have to leave.
he's like, hey, are you guys fucking serious? You're like,
Yeah. Well, you can stay. You know.
Oh my god, dude. Fucking stop it. I'm telling you, dude. We should go out to water. We should go out to a restaurant drenched and just see what happens.
It would be like you can't come in. They would call the police. You can't be drenched, dude.
That's fucked up, dude.
You can't be
Not
leaning,
everyone can afford to be dry all the time.
can't be
dude.
leaning drenched them, dude.
We have to get drenched, dude.
I would get drenched and go to fucking Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao, just get a table of drenched dudes, like 12 drenched dudes.
You have to wear suits. That's the only other thing.
You have to wear.
You have to be
yes.
dressed so nice, but just drenched.
And be like, excuse me, can I have a pitcher of water, please? No ice. Just fucking... I like it. Now this is Patreon content, dude. Go to Fogo de Chao with your boys.
Drenched.
Suits. Drenched? What?
Or just start showing up home from work drenched. What happened? Be like, what are you talking about?
Quick shower. Quick rainstorm
Like,
came through.
Fucking hit me. Someone
You
splashed
could lie. You could lie to a, like if I'm one of my roommates could come home drenched. I'd be like, it's fucking pouring out. I'd be like, is it? I'd be like, is it?
I think you should keep a gallon next to you if you're driving. If you're speeding, cop pulls you over, just fully fucking doused. I'm like, what happened? Like, I just fell in the river, dude. I'm driving. Driving home. Like, I'm fucking soaked, dude. He's like, you're wet as shit. Like, about to go out to dinner, actually.
He's like, you mind if I come? You gotta be drenched.
Yeah, that dream ruled, dude. It was like, I woke up, I was like, what a great
I gotta be
dream.
honest. Normally, I don't like the dream stories. I usually get pretty mad during dream stories. That was a good one. That was a good one. I like that.
My brain's just working overtime, dude.
I like that dream
I go to
story.
sleep, my brain's like, dig this. And I'm like, that fucking rules.
Peep this shit. Imagine being at dinner with your boys, but you're fucking drenched.
It was fun. I was in the dream having a very serious argument in my head, like, fuck that teacher, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking wet. I wanted to swim. It's like, and I have to take a test. If I can go to the bathroom, why can't I swim and come back? What's the difference between taking a shit and coming and finishing a test versus swimming?